Happy Saturday, Dogs fans. I'm meteorologist Ansley Parker here with UGASports.com. In the early portion of this week, we saw some much-needed rain here in Athens, but overall, it's been really dry for the later half of this week. What we're going to keep our eye on as we move towards the early portion of next week is this cold front, which is going to be moving into the southeast and dropping our temperatures quite dramatically. We also might see a shower or two along that front, but starting here at kickoff in Sanford Stadium around 3:30, it's going to be dry, and as we move into the later portion of Saturday evening, again, still going to be dry here in Athens, but Sunday is when we really start to see that cloud cover start to move into much of North Georgia and into Athens, and by Monday morning is when we're going to start to see that front move in and those potential showers along with it. Looking towards your game day conditions, however, temperatures are going to be nice throughout the entire game today. Kickoff around 82 degrees. It's going to be breezy, however. You might feel a light breeze throughout the game, but by the end of the game, 77 degrees when that sun goes down, we'll really start to feel those cooler temperatures. So make sure to follow both PJ and I for updated conditions throughout the game.
Zero carbs beer is here. Introducing Bud Light Next. Zero carbs, 80 calories. Super crisp light beer. Bud Light Next. Brewed for what's next.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Georgia Watch Along Show. My name is Radi Nabulsi. I'm joined by former Georgia Bulldogs head coach Jim Donnan. Behind us is Dayne Young, the guy who runs the board, makes sure everything's working like it's supposed to. He fires off those commercials and brings up all the cool stuff. If you're nice to him, you'd be the first person to do that. But if you put comments in there, he will share your comments on the screen if they're good. And
people are nice to me. It's just I may not be nice to them.
Yeah. So, well, hey, send him a little super chat or something. He'll be sure to get your note up on the board there. Send us your questions. We will get to them. This is the Georgia Watch Along Show where we watch the game with you. You see it on your TV. You see the alumni band out there. Shout out to Mark Thompson. I know he's out there blowing a trumpet. Georgia Vandy coming at you live. Watch the game on your screen, on your TV. Have us on a side screen. Have us on your phone or your iPad or your laptop, and you can watch the game.
D. Brown's watching from Toronto.
They're interviewing Kirby, but they have no audio.
He said he wants to start fast.
Okay.
Producing ain't easy, ain't it? Right?
You can hear the background really well.
So tell them how they can sync this game up, Roddy.
So if you're watching the game, we'll have a game clock down in the bottom corner for you so you can actually see what we're seeing on the game clock. So that will give you an idea of where you are. Now, sometimes you're going to be ahead of us. The broadcast, is ahead of us because we have to go through YouTube before we get to you or through Facebook before we get to you. So if you pause your TV, you can sync us up. Sometimes it takes 10, 20 seconds. Sometimes we're ahead of you. Sometimes some of you folks are streaming the show. You're watching it on YouTube TV or whatever. We may be ahead of you. So pause us for a few seconds to sync up your broadcast with what we were saying. Now, we don't get to see it ahead of time. We're not watching this stuff. But Coach Donnan, I guarantee you, will be calling some plays ahead of time. He's really good at that. So if you have a question for him, send it in. If you have a question for me or Dayne, I don't know why you would, but send it in. We'll try to get to it. We want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Of course, this is brought to you by Bud Light Next. It is what's next. It's a fantastic, refreshing beer with zero carbs, only 80 calories a can. It's fantastic. Of course, Athens Ford is another sponsor of ours. They've been around a long time. They sponsor our website, our podcast, this show. So if you need a new car, go out to Athens Ford. And, of course, our friends at Yancey Brothers. They sell and service Caterpillar tractors and big earth mover type stuff. They've got over 200 jobs available right now. We're trying to get people to take those jobs. So we'll talk about them later on in the show. But Coach, it's homecoming. Georgia's a heavy favorite over Vanderbilt. What are you expecting to see today?
I think it's just a case of you got your own standards. And the first half last week, we didn't do offensively the standards we need to. But it's just I think you mentioned it on our podcast on Tuesday. I mean, you created a monster. I mean, 24 out of the last 25 games, there's an incredible standard of excellence here.
I stole that from you because that's a hell of a stat.
And but I just think it's just really a case of just knowing what we can do and taking advantage of it, and just remember that it takes all 11 guys to do their job. And I think Georgia's going to come out smoking today. I really do. I think we got a good plan, and we'll execute it against the Commodores.
There's kickoff. Georgia's going to receive the ball to begin the game. Bouncing kick into the end zone. Touchback.
Good decision there by Karis Jackson. I mean, only thing can happen on a low ball like that if you don't get it right away is you get a double dribble type thing, and then all of a sudden you backed up. But Georgia's has got a lot of different weapons, and they just got to understand that somebody's got to make a big play occasionally, and hopefully we'll make some today. And Stetson kind of get out of the slump as far as throwing touchdown passes, but he certainly had a good year so far. A lot of good things. We got formation into the boundary here.
And nobody over there, Coach. That's exactly where they run it for an 8-yard gain.
Yeah. I mean, if they're going to line up like that, we'll take it.
Good to see
when we say formation in the boundary, we mean the strength of our team is into the boundary and the defensive team is playing the field there. We had 3 receivers in the boundary, 1 to the field, and they didn't overshift enough. We're going here with some kind of motion this time. Still got Brock Bowers and Washington in what we call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends. Brock's the wide guy there. Good waist down here. Maybe go for it. Big one. There's a big one right there.
Pass. Following his block.
Looked a little timid there.
He did.
I guess he want to make the first down.
Was he shifting the ball around? That just did not seem that he didn't seem.
Yeah, I think he didn't have a good feel for it right there. And if they're going to try to do this stuff today on us, they're not going to keep up with the game. You don't have time there. We just missed another one there, clowns.
Hey, they got to show that they know as much about football as anybody else.
Right.
Shout out to Matt Stinchcomb, who's on the call. But Matt, speed it up. We want to see the plays.
Yeah. Matt's not going to speed it up. I can tell you that. He's going to talk all day and all night. He's got the gift of gab for sure. We obviously threw a pass there and didn't hit it, so hopefully we'll get it back here.
Nothing doing on a Kenny Mack run off tackle.
Well, here's the thing that happens when you're playing a team that's outmanned. They're going to take some chances on the perimeter. And look, they got both the corner and their safety coming up to play the run there on first down. I mean, hey, you're throwing the dice there. You're saying, hey, second down, let's take a shot. And they got a negative play by us. So usually like to go to McConkey here.
He's at the bottom of the screen. 13:22 left on the play clock.
Good protection. Good throw. Marcus Rosemary, Jack Saint.
Tell you that little zip on that ball for people don't say he doesn't throw it hard. I mean, that thing was humming. I could hear those revolutions right here, couldn't you, Radi?
I could. That was a laser shot of the. Hey, shout out to the offensive line for giving him all day to throw.
Yeah, this is not a real good pass rushing team. They only rush 3. We got 2 double teams, but too bad he didn't get a little bit in front of him there. That was the clear out by Bowers and then coming underneath. We got all kind of bubble screens if they're going to play that soft. I mean, we could throw the ball to the perimeter on the screen here. Good cut.
Wow, looks like he slipped there.
Good cut. You can see the athleticism is just not there on the Vandy defense. They just can't get off blocks and they're playing hard. They're just outmanned. Just got to execute here.
Now, you've been on the other side of that where you're coaching against somebody. How do you get your guys motivated when it's like, this guy's just going to whoop your ass?
Yeah, you mean if you're outmanned?
Yeah. I don't want to give them any advice, but
you just got to take some chances like they did on second down there, and hope Georgia stops itself some. He's going for the quarterback draw.
Oh, boy, it was there.
One of the things we got in Stetson Bennett is a guy that can really read the coverages. And when you got that kind of man under, you just take the obvious run. There's no need to try to throw the ball there.
So he read that, but that wasn't a call to quarterback.
It's a 2-play huddle. You can run the draw. They kind of what they call a combo, where you call it's almost like RPO, but it's not. You know,
Gotcha.
It's not a run pass option. It's just a 2-play. It's a run with the pass.
McConkey crosses the formation on 1st and 10. Dejan Edwards.
Dejan following.
Getting some good movement here. Just to clarify that, a run pass options when you have a run called, and if they've got it stopped, you go ahead and throw the ball, and the linemen are blocking the run. A 2-play huddle is you've called the pass, and if the pass isn't there, he just goes on and running. Our linemen are pass blocking there, so he went ahead and ran the draw off of it.
Nice counter run there, Coach.
Lump Dog checks in from Columbus, Georgia. Colga.
He's always on there for us, so Lump Dog.
2nd and 6.
Lump Dog's family. Oh, wow.
Well, we got beat right there.
Yes, great penetration, number 99, Mr. Lee, for Vandy.
You can't blame them for moving here. They had a slant to the field, and the guy just came underneath both Jones and Truss there.
3rd and 7.
Show me something here, Stetson. We don't need a field goal here. Let's get one here. We've had the ball for 5 minutes. Let's get something out of it.
Matthews watching from Luton, England.
Wow. That's awesome.
We got Bowers on some kind of yo-yo route here. He's going to pull the string.
Kenny Mack. Yep.
Touchdown.
Just make the first down there. That's a touchdown. But let me just tell you this. I will say this. They don't have anybody in the flat. I mean, that was just a nice read, but we saw that the second play.
Yeah.
They're defending the field too much. And nice read. I'm sure Kirby's happy with that drive.
I didn't see the safety come up, so I yelled touchdown, and maybe I bite early, but boy, nobody. I was like, oh, there's one-on-one.
Nobody there.
There's nobody there. But the guy came up, but hey, Kenny McIntosh, what a score.
Yeah. I don't know why anybody would defer against us. I mean, if you're a good team, maybe, but take the ball.
I'm glad he scored. I look like an idiot. Hey, shout out to Georgia for getting the ball running right down the field. The big storyline all week for folks that follow sort of stuff was Georgia coming out starting slow. Well, that wasn't slow. That's a 75-yard drive right down the gullet. 5 minutes off the clock. Geez, did they have a?
What did he hit? 3 passes on that?
I was just about to look. 3 of 4 for 45 yards. We didn't see the one that was missed. So
Bonnie's watching from Alapaha.
Where's that?
That is down in South Georgia near Tifton.
Alapaha?
Alapaha.
Did she make that up?
She did not. I've been there.
Okay.
There's a river, the Alapaha River, I'm pretty sure.
All right. I'm just double
Get some
checking.
geography here on this program.
Some of these people try to sneak stuff by me all the way. So like Long County, like that's a real place.
D. Brown is.
While I'm thinking about it, I just want to give our deepest condolences to Greg DeWald and his family. His mother-in-law passed away this week, and Greg's an ardent supporter of our program with the Yancey brothers, and always stay within the family and let everybody have their thoughts and prayers for the Walt family.
And our deepest condolences to Greg DeWalt and his family. It's tough, But again, this is a guy who, when we first brought on Yancey Brothers and them, we're like, hey, where are you going to be Saturday? I'm going to be at the Mercedes-Benz Dome watching the Georgia game. So the folks at Yancey Brothers are fantastic Georgia fans. They take care of their family. We have great stories from people at the dog event who've worked for Yancey Brothers in the past, whose families had contracts with them and stuff like that. Point being, it's a great place to work. I want everyone to go to yanceyBrothers.com/dogs and check out all the different job listings they have over there. There's over 200 of them. It doesn't matter what you do. I mean, they're definitely looking for technicians. They need technicians to keep these, big tractors and bulldozers and backhoes and excavators and all that stuff up and running. But they also need a rental fleet manager. They need salespeople. They need people who can work in the parts department. There's a ton of parts available for those types of things. If you don't know how to do it, they will train you how, and they will pay you while they're training you. So you'll get full benefits, money while you train, and then when you're done training, they'll give you a raise. So check out yanceyBrothers.com. We'll talk about them more later on in the program, but just do me a favor and go to yanceyBrothers.com/dogs and just look at the job openings there. There's some fantastic people that are waiting to bring you onto their team. all over the state of Georgia. Not just Athens, not just Columbus, not just Atlanta, all over the state. Check them out.
Check that website too. I mean, I was looking on it, and if you want to rent some kind of, you don't necessarily have to buy that big stuff. You can rent it for, they got good rentals out there too. So look at their website and check it out. Not a great kick by Pod, but they fair caught it. It's going to be interesting to see what if we're going to see this young freshman quarterback,
AJ Swan,
get some balls up for grabs. He hasn't had any picks this year, but he's had a lot of balls that were interception worthy that the other team hadn't caught. But people are talking about, we don't have a back that's really a great. I mean, seriously, I don't care who you are. You pull your pants. Those guys got their pants pulled down right there.
He can do that in the NFL.
He's got those hands that I was talking to a pro scout over there this week. They really like the hands that this guy, and they know that they're in a pro system that can run the blitz pickup that you need. And I think today is just going to be a case of Georgia overpowering this Vandy front. Very average front, but they don't stop themselves. They don't have a lot of penalties. They got a good kicking game, and they've won 3 games. I mean, you never know what they're going to do against some of these other teams, but they really had 3 tough games against Ole Miss, and they didn't even jump there. It shows you they're a smart team.
Swan is a good quarterback. We saw him in a couple.
There's a tremendous RPO there. You fake up in there, the linebacker feels, and you throw it. And they're telling them they're running Indy there. You show you the car like you're driving. That means it's going to hurry quickly. That's the universal signal for Indy, which is Indianapolis 500. It's a fast race.
Williams watching from Berrien County.
Nice. Georgia going heavy on the defensive front there.
Incomplete.
No, never mind.
Good hit. Good hit there by
Chris Smith.
Yeah, very good.
Chuck
Clark Lee, a Vanderbilt grad, did a good job at Notre Dame. Got his hands full getting this program in the mix in the SEC, but made dramatic improvement since last year.
Chuck Ward watching from Huffman, Texas. AZ Dog from Scottsdale, Arizona. Says he has the 2 TDs on today.
Nice. Thanks, AZ Dog. Tramel Walter was so close.
Some zip on these passes, though.
Yeah. Again, we saw this kid in camp. He was lights out.
Maybe he got holding here one time. Call it one time against somebody.
They should have called it on that first play when the guy tackled Tramel Walter over the top of the pile. But
Leslie says, "Go Dogs" from Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Boy, Steve Marlowe. Marlowe was a detective, and this guy's. You ever watch the Marlowe detective series? So it's good to see him.
I watched a lot of those, but I didn't see that one.
You can't push off like that, buddy.
Wayne Smith says an old Jacksonville, Florida dog. Sends a big shout out to Coach Donnan and Leslie Walker watching from Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Jacksonville, home of Fort Camp Lejeune.
Hey, tell our Jacksonville, Florida dog to go by Burrito Gallery and hook me up with that green sauce they got down there.
Charles is in St. Mary's.
Let's get a pick here.
Mitchell in Watertown, New York.
We'll let them run those all they want to on second down. Game's going fast, Roddy.
Yeah, but I'll take basically 7 minutes going.
We'll give you as many sports updates as we can because it's a busy time right now as the Braves are facing elimination and Alabama and Tennessee have kicked off. Tennessee about to score, it looks like.
One thing you can't do against Tennessee is
Bryce Young did start that game. Alabama punted to start.
You can't simulate the quickness that they run their plays. That's one thing I like about this open date coming up. We got to play this game, but I think this open date this week coming up, we can get a good look at some fastball from Tennessee. Look at all our opponents, but work on your conditioning. Is it so critical on a game like that? As your linemen are having to stay in the game, Roddy, because they don't sub. And we got to condition a little bit better for that.
And when you're looking at those big boys up front not getting a breather.
This is what I want to make sure of here: how smart we can play, and don't get a dumb penalty like we did a couple weeks ago, 3rd and 17 on the interference call.
Third.
Well, if they're going to run it, hard to do that.
That was a give-up play there.
Yeah.
3rd and 34.
Charles watching in Omaha, Nebraska.
This is something that I really think that I always stress to our team when we're playing a team that's not as good as you. You got better athletes on the special teams. If you do your job and get a block and don't block in the back, we got a chance to take one back.
Yeah. I guarantee you Jackson Meeks, number 9, is going to lay out that gunner who's going to come off the edge. He's going to hold him up. On that last play, coaches need to see Jalen Walker and Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins as 2 of your 3 rushers.
Lefty kicker.
What a jeez.
McConkey fair catches it about the 33-yard line.
I was thinking Georgia would have it about the 45. He killed that ball.
Tennessee does have a 7-0 lead on Alabama. That's in the first quarter.
Here's something you can see right here
That plays a
with the
sideways a
ball.
bit.
With the ball on the left hash, as good as Bennett throws to his left, I could see us trying to hit a wheel route on 1st down on these guys. That's my prediction. So tell us about how many does new Bud?
I've only had 1. So
What does it look like in the can
it's
bottle?
The little the holder I have here. Shout out to Leon Farmer for hooking me up with that one. Matches it. But you can see the Bud Light next. 0 carbs, very crisp, super light beer. It's fantastic. Again, only 80 calories in that whole can.
So when you're at a bar and somebody's moving ahead of you and you say next,
Yeah. Well, one of their taglines is "It's what's next." I'm like, oh man, that was too easy. But they call it next because it took them 10 years to develop this, and a lot of people who have gone carb-free diets when they do keto, when they do Atkins, when they do just
Here's my high-tech producing.
when they do the carb-free diets and such, they can't have beer anymore. And for people who, like myself, like to go out, cut the grass, or watch somebody else cut the grass, like your son, and be like, well, he looks hot, and you go to the fridge and get a new beer. It's not having that beer is kind of frustrating, but now we actually get the beer. So the great thing about it is with the Bud Light Next, you can have a beer even if you're doing keto, even if you're doing Bud Light or doing Atkins, and you get something with 0 calories. So 0 carbs. So very few calories, only 80 of them. So the fact that I've had, just one, I can have another one. Let's say I have 1 1/4, 4 quarters. Man, I got to walk in today, so I'm still in negative caloric intake areas, even though I've had 4 beers. And that is new. So
well, you deserve it. You deserve it on the weekend, though. You can have maybe a couple more.
All right, I don't know what our super producer is doing over there, but
We didn't plug in our camera.
oh my goodness.
The whole game we hadn't had it plugged in.
No, it's been working. It's just the battery just died just now.
So we're still on. Just give us a second to.
Yeah, our audio's there.
Yeah. So we can still make fun of our producer for not plugging in the camera, even though I was the one that turned it on.
Yeah, it's fine.
So we're good. So shout out.
I wish you would make fun of me.
Oh, that's easy. All right, folks.
Let's see what happens here now. I'm predicting a wheel route. I'm looking at the formation, though. It might not be. We won't see the formation because they're giving us the standings. Guys making money being the producer.
Yeah. Well, it's like, hey, I brought up this graphic, so I got to figure it out there, Chief.
Taking the battery out.
Yeah, we don't have the wheel.
Now we're good. Because we just don't need to go off battery power.
So, well, at least the battery lasted that long.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good catch, Jackson.
Oh, wait. Oh, my goodness. Look at him go.
I have no idea what
I
happened.
wonder if he went down or
I
not.
think he rolled across the guy and said he was still up.
It would be nice for us to get something easy like that.
They're calling it a touchdown.
Is that Bell?
That's Bell. Dylan Bell.
Ring the bell, baby.
I mean, they cut to Stetson in the middle and during the celebration.
Give him hell, Bell.
I like to see him catching in his hands like that.
Nice. Still up, still up, still up, still up.
Never went down.
No, he did not go down.
The only thing could be the elbow potentially, but I don't think so.
And missed.
The previous play is under review.
And that's
That's a highlight reel play
that
there.
is. I can tell you, folks, his dad's watching. His dad may be here, but I know that maybe here for the game now that he's starting. You know, he got to start last week, got his first one. But
That's just amazing there. He's got it right on. That's what you call the old put your face in his butt technique.
I think the elbows.
You
You
know,
know,
I've-
thing that could
he's
have
just
been.
like, I used you to break
I've-
my fall. I
I
love
used
it.
to tell you about biting him in the balls. That's an offensive lineman, but this one here is. I don't think he's down.
So I'm watching the side judge here because he kind of points there a little bit, like, okay, this is where he goes down. But then
Well, he's catching up to
he's
it.
got the whistle to his mouth. But I hate
Look for right elbow. If anything's down, it's the right
the
elbow.
right elbow.
Oh, he's in the shadow, so I think it probably is, but I don't know if you can overturn it with the shadows there.
Well, we need somebody to help us out here.
Yeah,
Give us a break.
I wanted to get that.
I tell you, it was a pretty good team. Michigan, 41 to. Coach Franklin continues to lose on the road there in the Big Ten. He's like 19-20.
That game was close for a while. But
Yeah.
Michigan blew out Penn State. So poor James Franklin. I know everybody.
Chris over there on the sideline sporting some really good looking shades. Or look at him. You got the black and gold.
Braves are down 4-2 in the sixth.
His right elbow's down. Too bad.
That's still a hell of a play. Good job, Dylan Bell.
I think this is the right overturn. I know it's hard to tell with the lighting in the shadows, but
We just be nice to get another touchdown pass, but
update your score, ESPN. There you go. Still 7-0.
Still first down, man.
they got lots of people over there now into the boundary, so
Yeah, they adjusted.
They can't play the field the way they're playing it right now.
They got one guy.
Gonna run this way.
Yeah, nobody there.
Terrible run.
That long.
Do you need to keep that to the outside, coach?
Yeah. Too much dancing there. I think sometimes you see too much here. Now right here, Big O turned up, so maybe he should have turned up. I don't know. I don't know where they were blocking the play, but if he's going to turn up, you need to do it a lot quicker.
Yeah. Roger Jones was taking this guy to the outside. You know, it's like, hey, come on.
Georgia going empty here. Little screen to Bowers, and they were right all over it.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that Vanderbilt did play a competitive first half with Ole Miss last week.
So they'd seen that before. They were ready for it.
Well, we got to get people out in the shuffle there, though. I mean, you can't just.
Touchdown, Alabama. Jahmyr Gibbs with a 6-yard run.
One of the few times you see Bowers actually lining up as a tight end. Maybe he's going to come across.
A lot of space up top with McConkey.
How in the world you can only go 5 yards when you got to get 6?
Needed 8.
That's terrible.
Uh,
We going to punt here?
Yes, sir. 5-yard pass to Bell when you needed 8.
Who caught the last one there?
Dylan Bell.
Punt team on the field for Georgia. 4th down.
So you go from having a second touchdown to punting.
Should be able to pin them deep in field position. Brett Thorson needs a
Drop
high
it.
kick.
He dropped it.
about the 13-yard line.
I wouldn't have thought Oklahoma State would be beating TCU, but that's the way it goes.
That's nuts.
Can't tell me enough about Athens Ford, so what's happening with them?
I'm going to let you start throwing these commercials up because you know them as good as I do now. Our friends at Athens Ford, of course, they're watching this game. Brian Clover, the folks out there. But the newest thing they have is a mobile service van. This is a neat concept. So let's say you're at your house and your battery's dead. You're like, well, how am I going to get the car out there? I just need a new battery. Reach out to Athens Ford. They will send the mobile service van out, put a new battery in it, check them, make sure everything's working. Like, I got a flat tire. I need help with that. I need to change the oil. I got this check engine light coming on. If you're within 20 miles, which is a pretty long way out from the Athens Ford dealership on the west side of Athens, they will send the mobile service van. It's this cool van. It's got all these parts and products inside it out to you, and they'll check it out. So they can put the little machine into it, and they'll tell them, hey, this is what's wrong with your car, and they can tell you what it's going to cost to fix it. So if you need some service done while you're at work, or you need some service done while you are at your house, the folks at Athens Ford can take care of it. And of course, they also have a great thing where if you're like, hey, I'm looking for a new car, but you've got 225, 250 on the lot, but it's still not exactly what I'm looking for. Go to their webpage, athensford.com, and actually you can order what you want. You can say, I want a Bronco with this package, the Squatch package, or the off-road package, or this trim on it, and I want it in this color. Or if you want a Ford F-150, you want the new Lightning one, or you want the extended cab, whatever you want, you can put in your order there at Athens Ford, and they will take care of it for you. So also, anything you get from them, all the new ones will have a lifetime powertrain warranty. That's a big deal when you're buying a new car. You're guaranteed to basically have the powertrain working for life. So also, I want to point out, if you go buy a previously owned vehicle from them, and it doesn't even have to be a Ford, you can go out there and buy a previously owned Toyota or something like that. If they have it in their used car section and it's in good shape, they will sell it to you with that same lifetime powertrain warranty on it. So that is a fantastic deal for friends at Athens Ford. Hit them up when you get a chance. Let them know that you were sent by the folks at UGASports.com. All right. And thanks for everybody for enjoying the blank screen there. Fun times on the show.
Just want to see if you were listening or watching.
Hey, if you're watching this, especially YouTube folks, we are very close to having 30,000 YouTube subscribers. That would be a new threshold for any media outlet that covers the Georgia Bulldogs. If you can help us get there, if you have that crazy neighbor or a friend or uncle or someone, just get them to subscribe to YouTube so we can get to that threshold. We're dominating this beat on that, and we're really proud of it. But we are pushing that bar even further. So help us get to 30,000, if you will.
36 of you. Oh, man.
Smothering defense up front.
Tyke Smith in there.
Yeah, you're right.
Mike Wright, not too fired up about calling the plays there.
Yeah. Shout out to Rion Davis, who's also on that tackle. Ryan Davis.
Yeah, he caught it.
Trouble.
Dribble. Had a really good story with him earlier in the week. Great interview with him for a few times we ever got to speak to him at UGA.
Make the tackle.
Wow. Shout out
Come
to
up, Chris Smith.
Coming from way back.
He's been at Georgia forever.
Yes.
I don't know if I remember a time without him at this point.
Really pretty smart coaching by Lee. I mean, don't take any chances backed up.
Yeah. I want to give Warren Brinson some credit there for washing down like that. I think it's a perfect technique there. Trey Scott coaching his guys up too.
3rd and 11 for Vanderbilt.
Gotta love the fact that Chris Smith has Will Muschamp and Kirby Smart coaching him.
Ooh, good play. Thought you had that one there,
too.
Keeley. Guys got a nice release.
Mm-hmm.
Keeley has a tendency to
Oof. Man,
Play a little too tight. A good receiver is going to run by you when you do that. I tell you, when you got to playing against a better team, you got to make those kind of plays. The kid had a chance.
So Vanderbilt punts. 3:21 left in the first quarter.
kind of feel bad for the kid, but not too bad. But that's just one that's going to kill you when you're like,
I think we could block the punt if we
go
out. You got a chance here.
Take the cat.
Good return. Smart up at the top there, but not blocking in the back.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to, like I said, we mentioned trouble. Rion Davis, guy had just injury after injury after injury. I think it's his second. He had a start last week. I think this is his second start, at least the second game he's playing a predominant snaps in there at inside linebacker. So shout out to him for actually making living out his childhood dream. So
Tennessee just scored again, 36-yard touchdown pass. Vols are going to be up 14-7 halfway through the first quarter.
Wow.
Scoring battle here.
All day for Stetson Bennett.
Wow. That's a heck of a throw and catch. Good to see Marcus Rosemy-Jackson also coming on. That's two big catches for him.
Yeah, he's looking to go over the top, but they're playing back. These guys are playing deep. So that's a nice little hitch up and throw there.
Playing quick.
Going to throw screen. That's good. We'll take 5.
Yeah.
Coach, the two catches that Rosemy-Jackson has had, they've been the same route, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're running a clear out in the middle, and he's going in behind the backers and what we call a 6 route or a square in, and doing a good job of running through the ball there,
46 yards on his two catches. That's a pretty good clip.
I mean, he's been pretty consistent with that 12-yard hitch route and then that kind of deep slant across the middle.
It's the way to mix up your count.
I'm going to Brock Bowers.
How did he get that in there?
How he caught that. Wow.
That was an RPO there. I mean, he looked like we were going to run it.
That was impressive.
Talk about tight windows.
That was two back-to-back tight windows.
Lost the broadcasters on the feed. So if you're watching us on the second screen, it's the only commentary you're going to get.
Yeah, they had audio issues right off the bat. So
touchdown, Georgia. Kenny Mack up the middle. I think Stetson would have had it with the keeper too.
Either one would have scored there. So 2 touchdowns for Kenny Mack. Gotta love that.
Yeah, all those people saying that those 2 younger guys were our best backs.
What a hole.
I forget this.
Jeez. That's impressive.
Good start for Georgia.
That was a question we got, folks. If you don't catch our Tuesday show, then you really should. We do it every Tuesday at noon. One of the questions we got repeatedly from different people was, who's Georgia's best running back? Because you saw Branson Robinson run for 98 yards last week against Auburn. Dejan Edwards had 3 rushing touchdowns. Kenny McIntosh had some big plays, but did put up the numbers those other guys did. And then, of course, Kendall Milton went out with a groin injury. So it was like, well, are these guys better than your 2 starters? And I'm like, no, Kenny McIntosh with his hands. This is your leading receiver on the team at some point, for most of the season. So they throw to him because he can catch, like you said, the scout was talking about the soft hands that he has. But you see between the tackles, the guy's got the shimmy and shake and power.
Yeah.
So
what's looking good here today? Look like our players are really having a lot of fun down there too. Look at this.
Yeah. He's over there loving up on his offensive line. They just cleared out a giant hole for him. And hopefully you get Kendall Milton back and give you that.
Kendall's got a groin situation, but really good time for the open date.
Yeah, that's what
some of these guys, because we got A.D. Mitchell and Carter all with leg injuries that should really benefit from this extra time.
As much we're talking about Davis
And Small Munden.
I was going to say we're getting back Small Munden would be big too.
But we're really building some depth here with some of the linebackers getting a better chance to fill in. If I'm Lee and think you got any chance, I would throw a couple more deep ones there. I mean, you got a better chance hitting a deep ball than you do running.
He's probably going to come out throwing, like you said.
Right up there at the top.
Press coverage. Yeah, you called it, Coach. That's exactly where they went.
Hey, you going to call him for interference, too, because that's what he did.
Yep.
Just can't stand letting the guy just play regular.
Well, now, when you say play regular, what do you mean?
I mean, you can't hold the guy.
Yeah.
Play by the rules.
Okay.
We're gonna.
I thought it was a technique thing, other than slamming a guy.
They're not going to go to that game, are they?
They're just telling you can go to ESPN News, I think
All
it
right.
was, to see it.
Dumas Johnson trying to get everybody into position. I don't think he was happy with that. I figure out who.
Well, they had a delay game, so they called a timeout.
Timeout. Vandy.
Yeah, Vandy calls a timeout.
One thing I would caution any coach, if you got a chance, if it's first down and it's in the first quarter, don't call a timeout. Just take the delay game penalty. Those timeouts are worth a lot at the end of the half. But I guess when you don't know if you can make 10 yards or not, you got to be careful against Georgia. Looking forward to that game tonight, see how the Cats play. Now they got the quarterback back, but they need to trade for some offensive linemen.
I mean, you get the penalty on the first down, so you get your 15 yards or whatever. Now, Georgia looked to be not in position, and they weren't ready, Coach. That's like you said, it's the small things.
Did we call timeout?
No, Vandy did, but Pop was trying to get everybody moved around, and Georgia was way out of position.
Well, they'll get in there.
That was convenient for Georgia, so I'm sure they appreciate that.
Alabama has a 1st and 20 at its own 4-yard line, so that's not good.
Nice hit.
Yeah.
We're penetrating pretty well here. These guys talking about other games. I guess it's the SEC network, but
They got to pump up the other games. They don't want you to see any replays.
I mean, they're talking about other games, but no one can hear them because their audio is not working. But they're just continuing their broadcast as if it is. Which is probably what we would do too.
Yeah,
that's every reason to tell everybody to cut on ours because we got the broadcast. Reverse pass. Come on, make the play. That is just bad.
Hey, send out a tweet that our audio is working.
Yeah, somebody put out a. If you can't listen to the game on SEC Network, listen to us. Yeah. Come on, Warren. He wasn't sure who had the ball.
Yeah, he wasn't. Dumas Johnson came across. He knew who had it. Chris Smith blowing people up again.
Which one is? Yeah.
We're gonna run that cross dog up the middle. Yep. Oh, and then
good little bit of pressure there.
I want to give credit to Pop, who was absolutely tackled on that play by their running back coach. He just dropped him. He's like, I can't stop him from coming through that A gap, so I'm just going to tackle him.
I could see us. I don't know. We're so close to blocking a punt with just a regular return. It might be a good time to go in and block it. Go in there and hit it, Marvin Jones. We got the return on again.
Oh, not a lot of room on that sideline.
late hit. First quarter, was a pretty good job of taking care of business here. I mean, we had to punt once, but
A couple touchdowns. It was a good series.
Hey,
there's
Coach,
a champ.
Alabama has a 3rd and 22 at its own 3-yard line now.
Might make it. People going crazy on Rocky Top.
I bet that place is sideways.
Are they giving Champ an award today or not? Do you know?
I think they're going to recognize him for getting into the College Football Hall of Fame.
Is that today?
I would think so. Although I didn't see a release on that. But it seems like that would be a
Champ. I remember Champ. We played Vanderbilt up there, and game was pretty tight. And he came in, Coach, put me back on the kickoff return. I said, you know what to do? He said, Doc, I mean, he looked at me like. So I put him back. Put him back there, and he went like 40 yards. That's the first time he ever done it. I mean, for us, but God, he just smoked it. Looked like he was gone. That was the night Michael Greer, first 2 catches of his college career were both touchdowns.
Really?
It was defensive backs from Vanderbilt didn't think he could run past them. Bobo had a good night.
So what was Bobo like to coach?
Well, the first year, we were all trying to get across things, and he was just coming off a knee injury. He didn't have a lot of help, but the second year, he showed a lot of leadership and did a good job of getting our players on board, and had a couple rough games there. But then after the Auburn game, he really turned it up. I'm talking about after his first year after Auburn, but then against Florida, first half looked like I accused him of fixing the game. Robert Edwards on fire the second half, though.
Yeah. Strong.
So we
hey, Coach, how about you being the college game day Aflac trivia answer today?
wasn't a good one, though. Because
Did you get a bunch of texts, though, from that?
Yeah, I didn't see it, but people texted me like I was supposed to be watching, and somebody said Reese said, why didn't I text him with the answer? I gave Reese a bad scouting report here. I thought Alabama would get all over Tennessee, but maybe they're
I
not.
did too. I predict they were going to drub them.
But it's early in the game.
That Aflac trivia
Richardson threw for 450 yards on them.
That Aflac trivia question was the last time that Tennessee had won a game in Knoxville where both teams were top 10. And it was 99. So not a great memory for you, but just the fact you got to mention from
we were close.
4 of your buddies from the game day set.
Well, I was an Affleck question on the Clemson NC State game 2 weeks ago. They said who was the quarterback when NC State was ranked the highest they've been in their history, and none of them. They said Phillip Rivers, and it was wrong. We got up to number 3, and then
touchdown Tennessee.
They're up 21-7.
That's what it's going to be.
Wow. I was wrong, folks, as usual.
Now back to the Georgia game. NC State, by the way, Coach, losing 10-3 in the second quarter to Syracuse.
Their quarterback's out for the year.
Yeah, he is.
Keep your feet.
Here comes the pile up. Wow.
We got some other linemen in there. We got Mims and Willock. It's good first down run. We got old Blaylock in there. Let's say you hit old Dom. Bowers into the boundary again.
They fixed their audio finally.
We still got our snarky tweet out, so it was worth it.
I think we could hurt these guys going fast. We're going to miss another play while they're showing the point of attack.
We have another screen across the room, so if you see me darting my head, I just can't keep track with the sports that are happening right now because I have 4 screens in my veil.
Good job on the blitz.
Yep.
Like to see those young freshmen understand what they need to be doing there because they getting pressure. He just broke his route off and got you a first down. You can't coach that. I mean, you do coach it, but you can't get them to do it till they do it in the game, and that was very vivid.
Good job, Dylan Bell.
We're under center here. Might be going over the top to Lad McConkey after the fake to the left.
Very exact.
Play action. Play action. Little dump to Kenny. Oh, Kenny keeping his feet.
I like – oh, don't be hurt.
No,
Please don't be hurt.
He dropped the ball.
Oh, he was going for the ball down there.
Yeah.
Very good poise here by Stetson. He didn't have it deep. Take your drop off.
Devin Willock threw his man 15 feet, Coach.
Who did?
Devin Willock.
Devin's a powerful guy.
I mean, he tossed that guy sideways. Gabriel, big 77.
2nd and 1, just at the side of midfield.
Oh man, he's pushing that guy around.
Be careful now. Everybody's coming from the inside, lad.
Yeah. You know, when you have one of your guys say, "Coach, I can beat my guy. I can beat my guy."
Exactly.
Look at Devin Will just throwing that. Stood him up, drove him backwards. Run behind him one time. Let's see what happens.
He's a massive guy.
He's a giant.
Justin says Stetson Bennett looks comfortable out there today.
Yeah.
I agree.
He said, remember last week he said we just didn't have our moxie. We weren't having fun, but once we started having fun, everything started working.
I mean, it helps when he's not really
Hit
pressured.
Bowers on the wheel. There's a Rainbow Warrior.
Wow, I just saw that.
Dominic.
I saw that ball being picked off.
Dom.
I mean, he kind of had to throw it in that little window. It just.
Yeah, but it was a punt.
Fair call. It's a fair catch.
Put it in the stat sheet.
Yeah. Hey,
Dom's
money. Feed Dominic Blaylock. Just throw it till his arms fall off.
Still don't have enough people into the boundary.
Yeah. And you got look at those blockers over there too.
You're gonna run it to the left here.
Yep, clearing the space.
Turn them down.
Get behind Mims. Mims, play a little lower.
Ooh. Guy came in with a headshot.
I could see later on in the season on that play if we'd pull those and let Stetson keep it because they're falling on the backside like crazy now.
Have y'all noticed how Marius Mims is playing more and more and more each week?
Yeah, that's why we have that. You see those trends of the snap count that comes out every Tuesday. It's a great piece at UGASports. You can find out who's been playing. We saw Dylan Bell shoot up, like 1 play, 5 plays, 31 plays.
Quick pitch.
Starts, yep. Wow. Broderick Jones.
Don't go down too easy. Like to see us go for 2 plays here with the runs and not throw it unless we throw a touchdown. Washington, big bopper over there with a big wingspan.
3rd and 4.
You might throw the naked here and have Washington come out in the flat.
Kenny Mack made something out of nothing. It's still a yard short.
3 yards.
Kirby go for it here. A lot of penetration.
Wow, it's like both guys let him go, and they
Face mask. Yeah, in zone block, you got to decide one of you block the point of attack.
But they both decided to climb there instead of sticking with him. And I'll give that number 99 Lee credit. He's had 2 good plays.
Sneak.
Naked bootleg.
Toss.
Turn it up.
Oh, you can. Oof.
All right, let's go fast.
There's always a half second where like, there's no way that's going to work.
Yeah.
And there's a flag on this play.
Illegal substitution.
On who?
I
Is he Radi?
I just saw the guy move his hand over, but I didn't know where it was going.
Take credit for seeing it.
Yeah. It'd help if I knew which side.
Radi Nabulsi.
I'm not going to jinx it. I was about to bring up a stat, but let's get to the end of this drive first.
We might as well, if you've gone that far, you might as well do it because
No.
even you thinking about it will have jinxed it.
No, I'm not that bad.
Is that your Auburn shoes today too?
Yeah, it's my
We got
shoes.
Don
Hey,
Blaylock in again.
I'll take 42-10 in these shoes every week.
Are they back playing? They are. Ole Miss with a 14-point lead and the ball with 1:30 left.
Whoa.
Arm tackle.
I thought he had it.
And you see why what we did there. We stayed in the huddle till like 6 seconds to go so they couldn't recognize our formation. Now we're in an unbalanced line, and he's going to run back to the left again.
Right here. Oh,
Scored it through the middle. I think he got a cross.
Yeah,
he did.
He did.
Touchdown, Georgia.
They can't stop that for minus here. Unless that 99 squirts through again. But all right, 21-20 nothing.
What's that stat? You didn't curse it.
Stetson Bennett 13 of 14 for 144 yards. I don't want to say, hey, he's 13 of 14 and then throw an intercept or throw an incompletion and be like, damn it, Roddy, why'd you say anything?
With it being a Stetson stat, I'm really glad that you held on. I coaxed you. I tried to peer pressure you. It did not work.
I'm telling you.
You're a veteran. You've done this.
Yeah, now my worst one ever, the worst jinx I ever did or got accused of a jinx was they were midway or almost all the way through fall camp one time, and I accidentally said, "This has been a great camp for the lack of injuries."
Oh no!
Yeah, I think like
and then the ACLs just started.
I think Michael Bennett tore his ACL like the next day in practice on like a stupid catch.
Yeah, it wasn't your fault.
I know, but it's just everyone's like, "Damn it, Roddy, why'd you say anything?" But I was like, "This is because you know how bad fall camps are. It's always somebody getting banged up." And they'd gone like weeks without even hearing about a bruise. And I'm like, wow, this is great. And
the other thing is like when you're covering a game and you say, oh, this is going by quickly.
Oh, yeah.
17 penalties
death.
later.
That's absolute death. Never mention that, That's good stuff. So from a rushing standpoint.
Oh, Braves just gave up more runs. Looks like their season, this was it's 7-2 Phillies. I'm trying to see how they scored.
Damn. Brock Bowers with 3 catches, coaches. Dylan Bell also with 3 catches. So freshman and a sophomore leading the way. Marcus Risby-Jack same with 2 catches. Kenny Mack with 2 catches and Ladd McConkey with 2.
It was 4 hits and 3 runs so far so the Braves have to make up 5 runs in the final 3 innings or their World Series.
It'd be amazing if the Dodgers lose to the Padres and you have the Phillies and the Padres in the
NLCS, yeah.
And then the Yankees losing yesterday too.
MLB will be very unhappy.
Yeah. Man, you got a rally cap back there, man?
I'm wearing my Braves World Series shirt just because I thought there's a shot it could be the last day that it counts to be active.
That's a negative mindset.
That's not negative.
It's just negative. You're like, this is my last chance. No, I get it. At least you're wearing a Braves shirt. I don't even have one. I need to check on those guys at 7-6 and get some of their Braves gear.
What have they made? 1 first down?
Looking 2.
Mm-hmm.
One might have been through a penalty.
Yeah, we had
a first down and pass interference. Do they give you credit for a first down if you make it that way? Okay.
Georgia has 211 yards and Vanderbilt has 22. It's a pretty good ratio.
I maybe should have picked a shutout in this game.
You what?
I maybe should have predicted a shutout in this game.
You never know.
I have faith in Georgia's ability to turn it over within field goal distance. Oh, now 5-10, that's a good place to eat.
Owned by Hugh Atchison.
Hewins? I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
You can tell those guys are going there because they're on expense account.
I was just about to say, they walked in and said, "Give me one of the best of everything you got." They didn't.
They
pay
gave
for all
them that for
I'm surprised Kirby didn't send him Chuck's Fish since he's a part owner there.
to where?
Chuck's Fish.
We had a couple of readers take me and Jed out there to eat.
I can't believe that right there. We kicked one out of bounds. Give them on the 35. I've been talking too bad.
Run the stadium.
All right, Pod. That's unusual for you.
Arkansas and BYU.
13-7, right? That's 14-13.
KJ Jefferson is playing. That makes a difference.
Wow.
Hooker.
Okay, I guess I'm going to have to become a believer in Tennessee now. I was not going in this game.
I still say Bama's going to beat them. You know what? And if they're down by 4 touchdowns with a minute left, I'm still going to say Bama's going to beat them because it's been 15 years. So until I see it, I'm not going to believe it.
No, that's fair. Well, good play.
It's good. Blocked us downfield, threw the ball behind the line. Good call. You give them a little field position there, Georgia, with Dayne kickoff out of bounds. Get this kid's confidence going.
Yeah.
Radi, you just said you should have picked a shutout. Why'd you say that?
Yeah, exactly.
A mistake and a good play, and all of a sudden.
Nah, Georgia's going to get a turnover.
How?
Fumble. Although Georgia's been really good about picking the ball off.
So Vandy now in Georgia territory.
That's their third first down. Ooh.
He was open.
That's Robert Beal and trying to cover that route.
Well, when you bring a linebacker through the gaps, the end's got to drop off.
Amari Carmichael was giving you grief, too, about saying it's going to be a shutout.
Very fortunate there.
Amari gives me grief about everything, but we're glad he's always
that's why I like Amari.
Yeah, that's why we would love having him on the show. He's usually right. So
Kid's
got 22 yards. I'm like, geez.
Kid's got a good release.
Well, they've doubled their yardage total.
Nice tackle.
There you go.
I know what the score is, and I even know what Vanderbilt's been the last couple of weeks, but this is a better coached football team than they've been in 2 or 3 years. I think Clark Lee's making some progress there. He's got to get some new players in there.
It's so hard to recruit there, though.
It is, but it shouldn't be. That city with those academics,
yeah, but it's heavy lifting. Well, just like people use Georgia's academics against them on the recruit trip. Like, you're going to have to bust your butt so hard in the classroom. It's going to be tough.
You got to get some pressure on this boy. 3-man rush.
Man, they lined up 6 though. Oh my goodness! Wow,
good throw.
That was a good throw. Great catch.
Shepard dropped one. He came back with a good catch.
He wasn't going to drop a second one. 22 yards.
It is hard to recruit to Vandy, but we've seen some really good players come from there.
Chris Smith was playing the man instead of the ball there.
7:04 here in the second quarter.
Need a lost yardage play on first down. They put the other guy in to run it. Right.
Got nothing from it.
You knew that was coming.
Yeah. That's telegraphed.
There's one tackle for the cart.
Get back and signal. Put your hat on.
Robert Beal and Dumas Johnson not fooled on that.
Second and 10. Most of what Vandy has had success with has been through the air.
Good cover. That's really good. Ball!
This is not NFL, Chris. They're going to call you down.
I wonder if that's a true fumble. You think he's down?
I think he's down.
I'd have to see a replay.
All of us would.
We barely saw it on the first go.
That's coming out.
That's out.
There's a lot of bidders glad of that. They scored a touchdown here. It's going to be hard to cover 38.
Amari says Vanderbilt will never invest the money to be good. Trust me, I used to work there.
Amari knows his stuff. Swear. It's like all of a sudden the ball's out, and I just don't see where it popped.
Right there.
Yep, he's not down. That
It just comes out so quickly.
Well, it gets swatted down.
It goes from arm to ground in like a quarter of a second.
You know, they teach you to swat the ball away. So would that be a turnover due to fumble?
Was that what?
So that was a
Yeah,
turnover?
Jermaine King says, good job, Rowdy.
Thank you. I
I wasn't going to do it.
Thank you.
I said they were going to turn over via fumble. There it is.
Come on, hit Bowers.
Jermaine's got my back. No, Bowers stayed
Good
in the
job.
block.
There you go.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, if he'd have ran that the whole way, still.
Did you see that's a great one-hand catch, but Bowers made that play. He was doing
Gave him time.
He came back and blocked the backside pressure. Show the quarterback throwing it here and watch Bowers block the backside pressure to the right of your screen.
Picks him up.
Beautiful.
Dunk. It's like catching a tennis ball in those big mittens.
Well, he's got his one catch for today.
Yeah, and they'll pull him. We're good. Feed that man.
Put number 7 in, he can do the same thing. Throw it to him to the field. Tremendous poise.
Yeah. Comfortable back there. So it seemed like that was his first thing to do, but then he decided was it a fake or did he want to go downfield or what?
He was faking the screen and
Okay.
then
So it was
hoping
a
they'd
fake.
come up and we'd be able to throw the ball over the middle, but they didn't come up.
Okay.
These guys are playing deep. I mean, some of them are on the railroad tracks right now.
Which is why they've been doing all that underneath stuff. You saw
Yeah.
those two to Marcus Rosemary Jack Saint.
It's probably a run here.
All right, you called it.
You can't block those guys when they're coming up out of the back. That was a safety on the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
I just throw it every down way these guys are playing.
Got Lad McConkey up there at the top. There you go.
Break it,
Oh
Ladley.
my God. Oh, I thought he was gone.
Roddy's on a hot streak.
Really good job by
Well, they got us playing 40 yards often.
but we had to run RPO and he threw it to him. I was just watch our lineman come out like a run.
Yeah.
And then
See, there's nobody near him. I'm like, if you're going to give Lad McConkey that much gap or that much cushion.
he's got to put the ball in his outside arm or they're going to knock it out like they did 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I have no idea what this
Wheel
is.
route to Bowers.
Overthrown.
Guy grabbed him. Hey, you allowed to miss one, Stetson.
I think that's only his second. He got grief last week for only having 25 yards passing in the first half. Coach, he's got 199 now.
He doesn't have enough rushing.
Where's your 64-yard run now?
Quarterback draw. Well, we got 3rd and 4 or 5. What is it?
3rd and 4.
Almost ran into Uga.
I gotta think that the cheerleader over there, the big boy that
Oh, he covering Uga up.
yeah. Is that Swan Seiler standing in front of there?
Good
There
move.
you go. That's way to spin up field.
Wait, another down and distance there, Bell. Stetson wasn't sure what the play was there. He's a little mad.
Alabama with a field goal. Alabama 10, Tennessee 21.
Got a 10 yards, hardest.
Running it with that counter right the middle.
Put him on the perimeter one time.
So Branson Robinson ran that. He's still in the game.
You can try to hit old Washington on a crossing route.
All those guys came up. Oh,
Bowers. That's the
God
first time that
almighty.
play's been stopped all year.
-4. Yeah, they're gonna
Kirby gonna let it go down to 20 seconds here and then call a timeout. So the defense won't have to be out there.
Here's Mike Bobo.
They did call that a pass.
It's just gonna be a timeout here right when the clock goes down. No, he might go ahead and go for it.
Alabama kicked a field goal. Now trails 21-10.
Looking at Blaylock.
Turn it up, Tom!
Good footwork.
That's dumb. I'm so happy for that guy. That's awesome.
Look how many of them go to him. That
Yeah.
guy's had 2 ACL surgeries, and the whole team's over there on him.
Favorite play of the game. That is a long way to come back from. We heard, after his second one that, it was just he was, I won't say in a bad space, but it's just tough when you spend all that time rehabbing.
It was a great throw. Mr. Automatic.
Your weekly tweet about Don Blaylock.
Pretty good first half.
Hey, I want to give a shout out here to someone I've got to know pretty well, and he even helped out Radi's kid when he was looking at some college stuff. Former Georgia walk-on Jack Lunam became a father today.
Awesome. Congratulations. Mabruk Habibi.
So
Mashallah.
they welcomed a baby daughter,
Oh, man.
first kid in their household. He's in the Athens area. Really good guy. Loves UGA. So shout out to him. I don't know if he has us on at the hospital, but there's a decent chance he does. I promise you that they're watching college football in the first moments of their daughter's
The crazy
life.
thing about Jack was this is a guy who was doing UGA ROTC at the same time he was a tight end under John Lilly, who's a walk-on tight end. And it's like, hey, we need you to bulk up to play tight end. But he couldn't bulk up because he was doing ROTC. You do all those crazy pack runs, with your ruck and all the physical therapy, physical training you have to do in ROTC. And this is a guy who was he was caught between a rock and a hard place. If he bulked up to do, to be a good Georgia tight end, it would hurt him in his career path. But at the same time, he's like, go out and do special teams and play some. So it's just, the guy just gives his all for Georgia. So we love all the walk-ons. We try to call them out whenever we can. When you got your guys like Dan Jackson who comes out there and does as much as he does, and half the time you're specialists or walk-ons, and we shout at them. Guys like Payne who come on, and your long snappers, guys like that. So we want to shout out the walk-ons and any of the former Georgia players, like I think Watts Dansville got married recently, so all the former players who are turned out to be pretty good men, we want to give them our best wishes. I also want to give a shout out to our friends at Bud Light Next. I'm telling you, these are fantastic beers. If you like a light beer, you like something crisp, like something that has a lot of taste to it, you want something that's really good. Yeah, you can get your Bud Light and stuff like that, but try the Bud Light Next when you're in the grocery store the next time you're there. Try something without any carbs in it. It took them 10 years to design this. This is not something they just slapped together. So they could have come out with other variations many, many years ago and had something on the market, but they wanted something 0 carbs, and they got it, and it tastes fantastic. So shout out to our friends at Leon Farmer for hooking us up with a Bud Light Next.
Georgia leads 28-0. Minute and 6 seconds left here in the first half. At halftime, we'll pop up the stat sheet for you. We take a break, but we'll be back for the second half as well.
Don't kick this one out of bounds. Wow, it's at the back of the end zone. He's mad
Be
about the
interesting
last
to
one.
see right here whether Vandy sits on it. You're on your 25-yard line. You're going against a defense like this. If you do run the ball, Georgia might call some timeouts. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if it's me, I'm thinking I'm losing the game anyway. So why not run full-on offense and see if I can do something?
that's right. That's why I'm asking you.
That's
What
I
do you
would
think
do.
they're going to do?
I think that you try to pass the ball and use your 1 minute offense best you can, and
Yeah.
doesn't work, punt it. But that could come at the risk of, like you're saying, having to punt it.
But if it doesn't work and you throw an interception, then it's 35-0.
But I mean, what's the difference? 28-0 or 35-0?
A lot of difference on the spread.
That is fair. That is a fair assessment, Coach. But I'm with you there. It's like, look, practice your 1 minute offense. Help. What we're like with AJ Swan. You're like, I never let him. We've never gone 4 verticals and let him just chuck it down there. Let's let him air out that arm. Whatever you want that you've wanted to practice in a game.
Well, here, yeah, and you got to think Georgia's going to lay off of them a little bit here and not give them a fade route on first down.
Touchdown, Tennessee. It's going to make it 28-10.
Nick.
Hey, Roddy, bit of trivia for you because you've been good at these. There is another game in the state of Georgia right now featuring a ranked team. What game is that?
Kennesaw State.
No.
Trying to think. I know. Georgia Southern?
It is Georgia Southern, but they're not ranked, obviously.
No, I'm trying to think who are they.
It's a home game for them.
Who are they hosting?
They are trailing 25th ranked James Madison.
Wow.
You got to give James Madison a lot of credit. I mean, this is the first year coming into the FCS, FBS.
They're in the Sun Belt.
And they're not even eligible for a bowl, but they're ranked in the top 25, and they're undefeated. So good move.
And that's with a win over Virginia Tech.
I had a coworker named Mike who was a James Madison grad, and he loved them.
They beat Appalachian State.
Yeah.
I thought they beat Virginia Tech. They didn't. Who am I thinking that beat?
Old Dominion beat them.
Yeah.
Middle Tennessee State, Norfolk State.
Old Dominion today beat undefeated Coastal Carolina too.
Okay, let's go for the second part of the trivia, Roddy. What is James Madison's mascot?
Cavalier?
Coach, do you know?
James Madison, Colonels. I'm not sure. That's Eastern Kentucky.
They are the Dukes.
Dukes. I knew it was something like that.
Yeah.
But
I didn't know that either. I'm looking at a screen. So
it was one of the first times we mentioned James Madison. I didn't know it was a university. This was in the early 90s.
One of my coaches went up there and won a national championship. Mickey Matthews and had Jim Donnan as his strength coach.
Ooh.
All right, don't be careful.
Oh, Keeley, that's how you get a flag. Vandy's asking for it. Didn't get it.
Now, if they run it, we call a timeout.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, Tennessee just pulling Alabama's chain. slow game too. It's 12 minutes to go in the first half.
Cole asked, do y'all want Tennessee or Bama to win that game?
Well, because they're in our division, we want Tennessee to lose. Timeout, Kirby. Timeout.
I thought Brenton was getting up to call the timeout when he did his hands like that.
That's a weird timeout call.
He was doing the money thing.
Yeah.
I thought he was
I thought he was too. I mean, Warren Brinson.
Wow, way to shed a block.
He just gets up so quickly. Like I thought the hands.
Timeout.
It was.
Wasn't it?
Maybe they thought it was. Maybe he called it and Kirby didn't.
That's funny.
That would be one way you could stop guys doing that. Making the signals like that. Is every time somebody did like that, you charge them with a timeout.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I thought you were calling a timeout.
We had a coach, and I want everybody to remember this is a PG rated show. But anyhow,
this is the best part of the show.
He said he had his defensive signal was slant, strong, and then slant, and then he grabbed below his right in the private part.
Grab junk, isn't it?
Slant weak. and he had a picture in the Chapel Hill paper. Here's Coach Jim Diggy signaling the defense. And the guy didn't even think of what the signal. Look at the signal. He act like he was signaling the defense, and all he had was his hands.
Oh my God!
Well, we gave him some grief on that. But
the photo director and the art director, and the photography editor.
Slant.
Put that one in. Yep. Nobody does that without not on purpose. I love it. That's hilarious.
Beginning of the second quarter, Wisconsin and Michigan State tied at 7.
It's going to be interesting to see what kind of defensive philosophy we have here. If we're going to play them tight and they run a double move on us, if I was Lee, I would try thinking we're trying to stop them making a first down and go for a big one here.
Yep.
Speaking of ranked teams, Illinois. 24th ranked Illinois beats Minnesota at home. Bielema is playing some Bielema ball.
Man can coach.
He likes that power ball. It just didn't work at Arkansas, but once Coach Pittman left, that hurt him. Pittman and Jim Chaney left, and they never recovered offensively. Did you think?
Final score for Oklahoma, Coach, was Oklahoma 52 and Kansas 42.
Is that basketball?
Might as well be.
Well, Oklahoma gets a W. They might get to go to a bowl. I think they might beat Iowa State
Just need 2 more wins.
Texas Tech.
I thought it was a different offensive coordinator at Oklahoma. At Arkansas that Kirby wanted initially when he got Jim Chaney. He wanted Sam Pittman and.
Oh, yeah, that was a guy that had a contract,
Yeah,
and he ended up going to Miami, too.
Right.
He was an Alabama guy, too. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that guy had the weird thing. You can be hired away, but just not in the SEC.
Was that Enos?
Enos, that was
Dan
it.
Enos?
Come on, get on him.
3rd and 12. Got to make the tackle, and you didn't.
See, that's why he called timeout for him to hit one on you.
Good job, though.
That Shepard's a good receiver.
Yep.
Final score, Ole Miss 48, Auburn 34.
Back up. Get him down.
Inbounds.
Roddy, remember what Coach said earlier about the timeouts? Vandy would rather have 3 here.
Yep.
Well, they called the second one there.
That's why you keep him inbound.
Bottom of the 7th, Phillies lead the Braves 7-3.
Well, you just never know. They were content to run the clock out, and we called timeout. And
Now he's like, well, I'm not going to give you the ball back, so we got to go. That's a good point, Coach.
5 minutes left in the second quarter. Oklahoma State 24, TCU 7.
Wow. Swan is 7 of 11, so I'm give that kid credit for a freshman
you
playing.
guys acting why he didn't go out of bounds.
Vandy's up to 6 first downs. Georgia has 16.
He didn't go out of bounds.
You're correct.
All these guys are over there. Get them back in the huddle here. I mean,
The ref's trying to figure this out.
didn't give him a timeout because he said he went out of bounds.
Well, they had plenty of time to figure out what the next play is. That's for sure.
Well, you can't say give them 3 because they called one earlier in the game.
Yeah, they should have 2
So
timeouts.
they should get 2 instead of 1. No.
There's no way that's right.
No, now you're giving one back from the beginning of the game.
That's SEC Network, man, because they had them down to 2. Get a sack.
Go back to Shepard, probably. Yeah. Tell you, Michael Williams isn't going to rip the ball away. No, somebody else did.
We're playing outside technique, and they're throwing underneath us.
I explain that.
Well, our corners are keeping them from running the fade, and they just breaking underneath and throwing a slant, which is okay.
When you say outside technique, you're not letting them get outside you.
Yeah, I mean, you're lined up outside. I mean, you're forcing him inside, which is okay. Keep the ball inside you and make them use their timeouts. They should just have 1 left.
Touchdown, Alabama.
Oh, back to that question, who we want to win. I thought Alabama was going to kick their butt, so I need Alabama to win so I don't look like an idiot.
Yeah, I thought they would too. I told you.
I just saw you throw all over them because the secondary is just not that good.
Well, I mean, that is kind of happening, but it's just Tennessee's offense is rolling.
What's the score?
28-17.
How much time left?
6 minutes or so in the second quarter.
I guess I was giving Alabama's defense too much credit. Robert Beal right there.
Good job there.
I'll say Daylen Everett on the coverage there, Coach. The Clemson refugee.
Vandy not in field goal range, so they would need to get probably.
Kind of impressive seeing Everett in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Make the tackle.
Pop does not make the tackle. Now they are closing in on field goal range.
Uh-oh. They're going to throw a flag on him.
They call a flag on us?
There is a flag.
I think it's going to be a late hit or something.
If we call that on 13.
That's what I'm thinking. The way he was acting. It would have been a personal foul. It would have been.
How about calling a hold?
Let's see where Michael comes from.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's ticky-tacky.
Nah, they're going to call that every time.
Well, you can't hit him, though.
When you step in the you see the guys going out.
He telling him, I didn't mean to, man. I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Get off the hash over there and don't let him throw the fade on you, Keely. Dan Jackson.
Noah Smith laid on him to see where the ball went. We're just going to lay
Did they
here.
let the clock run out? The clock on the screen went to all zeros, but I'm thinking that's another
Like
SEC Network
5
mistake.
seconds.
2 seconds.
If it's grounding, that is the end of the half, right?
Yeah, it's a 10-second runoff.
Well, they can call a timeout to keep the
there you
10-second runoff. This referee, take 2 and hit the right.
Chuck says Roddy Terrence Bell's watching from home in Texas.
Awesome. Thanks, Chuck. The Bell family has a very storied history going back to Give 'em Hell Bell.
They got a chance for a field goal here, though.
Be a long one, right? Because you still get the yardage from the penalty.
All right, Warren Brinson on the field goal block. Don't get called for a fake here.
It is Joseph Bulovas, the old Alabama kicker.
If Kirby go ice him.
44-yard attempt from the right hash.
Kirby on
Kirby
ice.
does ice him.
Well, I don't get to keep those timeouts, so.
Braves are down to 4 outs in this game.
Kirby down to block this kick. You want to shut out?
Yeah.
Some Georgia stats from this half. Stetson Bennett, 18 of 20 for 211 yards and 2 touchdown passes. 1 to Don Blaylock and 1 to Kenny McIntosh.
We even got sponsors on our headsets. Delta. He missed it.
Shanked it, left. I guess the icing worked.
Yeah.
You get the ball next half, though, Coach.
You still got to kick it off, too.
You don't kick off after a missed field goal.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking.
Kirby, go. Hey, go for it all. Throw the bomb.
I'm over here watching Bama, Tennessee out the other eye.
He's going to go there and take a knee, but I'm with you. Chuck it down there. Just to get the practice on it.
Well, throw a screen. See if he can make it. Get some extra yardage. Nope. Fake the kneel down and run the yo-yo play.
All right, so that'll be 28-0. Georgia leading at halftime. Coach, overall thoughts?
Yeah, I'm happy with you got a shutout. You didn't score quite as much as you'd hope. You missed one time, but I think we were at 4 out of 5 opportunities. Defense gave up a couple plays there on the last drive, but overall, pretty efficient.
Offense, we had 3rd and 6 or 7, and we missed a tackle. We came into a football game for just easy tackles.
Stetson with over 200 yards passing so far. What'd you make of the offensive start?
Well, we started faster. We still had one wasted drive in there. We got to convert, but they've done some good things.
They say we, Coach. You're the defensive coach. Keep telling him, hey, it's we. There's Mr. Smart. Got him a nice little white pullover there, going in and listen to his son. Hey, but it's good day for the Dogs right now, and
I mean, you're en route to 56-0. You know, it's
it's going to be hard to get to 56.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying it's if you play the second half like you did the first, you know, and they won't do that, of course, but still a very impressive half. So, and the number one issue that people were complaining about last week, lack of passing game. You got 200 yards in the first half. Starting slow.
How much we rush we have.
I gotcha. 84 rushing yards.
Well, we're not rushing enough.
Yeah, well, it was a 211 yards. They got 300 yards of offense in the first half, 28-0.
No running back has 30 yards.
No turnovers.
No turnovers. And you've got them to turn over and very few penalties. Although that one on Michael Williams, that's frustrating. But the pass interference one. But point being, a fast start, and you hope that they can continue that in the second half. Get out hopefully without any injuries, and rest up for 2 weeks for Florida. So, anyway, folks, we'll be right back. You don't have to click out. You can stay right with us. We're going to have the stats up on the screen, but we will come back to call the second half with you. Shout out to our sponsors, of course, Bud Light Next for being here, Athens Ford, and our friends at Yancey Brothers. Hit them up when you get a chance. Now, you're in a timeout. While you make yourself a sandwich, go to yanceybrothers.com/dogs and check them out while you have time. And we'll see you back in a few minutes. Everybody, welcome back to the UGA Sports Georgia Watch Along Show. My name is Radi Nabulsi. I'm joined by Dayne Young and, of course, former Georgia football head coach Jim Donnan. Coach, 28-0. Halftime's over. Does Georgia just keep the foot on the gas or what?
Yeah, I think you keep it on the first couple series, second half, and get some of these younger guys in there and get out of this game healthy. But, you know, you got to be careful about trying to get them out too quick, and then you don't do what you need to. So we played a lot of guys the first half, particularly on defense.
Kentucky Smith there.
Yeah, I mean, he's been playing a lot today.
He's playing a run right now.
Bootleg.
Oh, my goodness. Oh.
Out of way, Keeley. You want to cut that volume down now?
Yeah, I will.
There we go.
Arkansas jumping on BYU now.
So 295 yards in the first half. That seems good to me, Coach.
It's what?
That seems good.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we had these guys 28-0 in the first quarter last year, but they're so much better. I mean, they're where they're supposed to be. I mean, there's not an easy play so far for us, you know.
I thought that Dylan Bell touchdown, that might have been the next easy one, but they called it back, said his elbow was down.
Make the tackle.
Oh, my goodness.
I thought it was pretty
I think you're right.
pretty impressive that we put that Dylan Everett in there in the end of the first half at corner. You mentioned a lot about our freshmen in that report. We got some good guys in the secondary for the future. I mean, just really good-looking athletes.
We're not even seeing Jaheim Singletary out there, you know.
Humphreys,
the
Washington.
two 5-star guys, Washington and Marcus Washington just gets an earful from Kirby every practice, which means he likes it.
Good thing about it, that, you know, we're getting a lot of reps against our offense.
Bullard and Kirby.
The Atlanta Braves have been eliminated from the MLB postseason.
Draft.
See if we made any adjustment on this left-footed kicker, because he's close to getting one block. But the good vertical pressure here, and the best thing they've done today is protected the quarterback. Most of all, we're hurrying him, but he hasn't been sacked, except for that one where he threw it away.
Jalen Walker was fighting to get to him right then.
Hardest kick to catch, boy, at rugby.
He caught it and running.
Oh, boy, that's flag.
I always hate rugby kicks for blocking in the back. Kids can't judge where the ball is. That's what he's telling me.
Ringo's having a rough day, Coach. He almost got beat on that long ball and then the pass interference call. And now this.
Well, I mean, it's just tough.
Yeah. I get it, you know, that's.
You just don't know how far the ball's going.
And then the guys.
Yeah. That was real close.
Yeah.
Kirby wasn't too bad on him, though.
No. Kirby's going to get his point across. I was looking up.
Hey, we got Darnell Washington out here split in. I like this formation. Balance, two tight ends. You can run the ball on that.
And they did.
It seemed to work for, what, 7 yards?
Yeah.
6 or 7.
Little subtle deal there. He lined up Washington wide and then brought him back in so they declare their defense. And then we had to balance front at once. And then all of a sudden, when he came back in, we had an open to the tight end side Bowers, and they ran right at it. Good coaching there. You saw that, didn't you, Rod?
I did. I did see that you were two tight end set. Both were in line. That's about as far as I saw.
But he started out.
I saw he started wide, came back.
Bowers.
But I didn't see I didn't recognize on defense where they were going to go with it. So that's why I like doing this. Ooh.
Good patience there by Kenny Mack. These guys are selling the ranch now.
They brought both those interior linebackers on that one. That looks like a Georgia pressure, what they call it, cross dog when they bring them both.
We used to call it Dixie out Dayton. Dayton, because the guy at Dayton, the Dayton Flyers came up with it.
They ran and it almost worked.
Woo. There's a linebacker coming underneath it there. Stetson, you got to throw on time, buddy.
I thought he was going to try to hit Edwards on the check down here. Good extension.
Well, it's almost the same play they ran right before the half with they gave Ladd so much room. You know, you go
I don't know what he's doing with his arm here. I mean, is it bothering him? Or?
Could be a little stiffness. Ball on that counter again.
Good run.
You cut down the volume.
I got you.
Very good patience here by. That was a great job by Brock Bowers reading that tackle, pulling and turning up. That set the whole thing. Look at him.
I want to give McClendon there, who came across, just absolutely hit a guy.
This takes a lot to poise there to realize where you got to go on the blocks. We continue to have Bowers into the boundary here.
McConkey too.
But we'll take the other guy into the boundary. Might have got hit below the waist.
Oh, God.
Took the breath out of him.
Oh, some of the guy went into his feet.
Oh, maybe. I hope that's what it is. Breath. This guy's worth a lot to us, boy. Catching the ball.
Starts feeling on his ankles. That makes me nervous.
Get you a score and get some backups in here.
We'd like to see a replay of that, but apparently that's impossible for the SEC.
Got to get a commercial.
Yeah. Speaking of commercials, I want to mention one of our. You had this down here, and I want to look at it real quick.
Yeah.
We were talking about.
We got NIL and how you people out there that watch us can help us. Alan Caldwell down at in Savannah area has come up with this print of the great play by Keely Ringo, and it's a collector's item, and you got the ability to order it, which will tell you how to do it. But what you can do is if you do buy one of these, most of the money of it goes to our NIL, to our players, to their, what do you call it?
It's the NIL program. So it's this is the Turning the Tide by Alan Campbell, a UGA alum. He got his BFA and MFA at the University of Georgia. So he's a Native American artist, did a great job with Keely Ringo's catch here. It's a great print. There's only 300 of them. They're framed really well. And it's one of those situations where if you want to buy it, and we'll have the link right there on the site. Yeah.
Well,
so you'll see it in the comment section.
The ones you buy aren't necessarily framed, but you can get your own. But tell them how they can get it.
I have it. The screen share is up here now. So if you take your phone, use your camera app, it'll take you to the website. That's alan-campbell-studios.square.site. That's also on your screen if you're interested.
Did I say Caldwell? I don't mean to. It's Campbell. Alan Caldwell played free safety for me in North Carolina, so he couldn't paint anything. Alan Campbell is up here today with some of these prints. He's actually taken one over to his fraternity. He's a UGA grad and loves Georgia and wants to help us out. So just like all our sponsors, we help them as much as we can. He's not necessarily a sponsor, but he's helping our players with this donation to them. If you want to get, that's a great print. I'm going to have it hanging up in my house here.
It's a great composition. You got Kirby jumping in the background. You got a lot of the top players there. it's not from an actual photograph. It is a composition he worked months on putting together. There's a very limited number of them. There's resulting limited edition of 300 signed and numbered prints, also countersigned by UGA head coach Kirby Smart. The prints are being offered with 100% of the net proceeds going directly to the UGA NIL program. So basically, he's created a great event, a great picture, and it is available. So we got it on the screen there.
There's how he hurt his ankle here. It looks like he just kind of came underneath it, turned it. Appreciate the plug there. So good first down gain here. You know, you always want to play well in the mid-8, the last part of the first half, 4 minutes, and the first of the second. Big O.
Big O.
Got that all day. Nice read by Stetson there, and his release point was so good. You worry about the target area there, though. Just a little small. Look at that guy.
Looks like he's playing.
He's really worked at his craft, though. You know, you see he stayed low on his break. I mean, he just so much more fundamental. He came in, he was just a big guy that had, you know, out athleted most guys in high school, and he's gotten so much better technique-wise. Coach Hartley's done a great job with him, and it's going to help him on the next level because he's a tremendous blocker. That was a read all the way there.
Oh,
I guarantee their safeties have tackled really well today. I'm impressed with them. I mean, we're blocking we're blocking the first level extremely well, but safety's just selling out on the.
All right. 2nd and 7.
With Ladd McConkey not in there, who gets more playing time?
Kieris will probably be playing there. Maybe Dom a little bit, but Kieris is in there now.
So Roseme.
Good job by Bowers there.
Oof.
Dylan Belter, though.
Bad. I like the call, though. I mean, you know, get half of it. You got 2 more downs to make it. We had a run call, and he just threw the RPO out there, Roddy. 3rd and 4 out the door.
Well, I think he runs it here, too.
All day we've been waiting for old Zero to come across the formation.
Oh, my goodness.
Nothing.
They just sold the ranch there.
Trust. Can't stop that guy.
We're playing in their hands there a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it was a run.
No, I'm talking about the way they penetrated. If they're doing that, we got to run the counter. I mean, blocked everybody but hits, man. Just takes one.
We trust him to his knees.
He probably won't be in the next series.
Okay, we're gonna pull you out of there.
A lot of people. This is the kind of play right there that keeps you from covering because it's going to be 38-0, and that's what the line was. I think. What's the line, Dane?
I did not even look at what the line was.
It was 39. Depending on when you jumped on it.
If you bet this game, tell me what line you got in the chat.
Anyway,
tell us about something good here.
While they're going to break, I want to mention our friends over at Yancey Brothers. I need you to go to Yancey Brothers/dogs to check out the job availabilities they have there. It's a fantastic place to work for. But I want to mention 3 schools that you can actually go and get a certificate and diploma from. And they will actually, these are programs that are Hope grant qualified. So if you want the Hope Scholarship, you want the Hope Grant, the eligibility rules apply. And these are programs supported by the Yancey Brothers. So if you go to Athens Technical College, they got you set up. Chattahoochee Technical College, they'll take care of you. And of course, West Georgia Technical College. I've been to 2 or 3 campuses, 2 of the 3 of those campuses. Check them out. And again, let the folks at Yancey Brothers know that's what you want to do, and they will take care of you. Now, of course, you can also get the 2-year associates program. If you want to go to, say, like South Georgia Technical College in Americus, that is a Yancey sponsored program as well. Basically, you rotate 8 weeks at South Georgia Technical Colleges and then 8 weeks with a paid internship. They even have dorms available, job placement following graduation, and they will give you a tool and toolbox worth $8,000. So check it out when you get a chance. Now, if you just want to do the technical the boot camp, so you want to become a Yancey technician, it's a great paying job, but look, I don't know how to do it. This is a 4 to 5 month accelerated program. It's a 5-person team, and they basically have a lead instructor. It's a hands-on. You do some stuff in the shop combined with some classroom training. You have a learning goal each week. They try to get you there. They're going to provide the tools and toolbox. This is worth, again, $4,500. It's a full-time position with benefits and a pay raise upon completion. So that's a 4 or 5 month team setting where you learn something each week. They also have the Yancey training program, which is a 9 to 12 month program, and you're basically assigned to somebody, and you work as a second set of hands going with them all over the place. So you learn a bunch of different skills. Again, full-time position with benefits, pay raise upon completion. So go to yanceyBrothers.com/dogs, and you can see they have hundreds of jobs there for you to check out. Again, if you're like, I don't know how to be a technician, you can get a 1-year program, at a technical college. You get a 2-year certificate. You can do the 4 or 5 month program as part of a team, or you can go be a second set of hands for 9 to 12 months. Each one of those, there's a pay raise upon completion. So hit them up at Yancey Brothers when you get the chance.
Thank you, Brett, Matthew, and Eric for letting us know the line was 37.5 as they saw it.
Yep. Different ones.
Well, 38 would be it. So
Yeah, I mean, I just different. I'm sure it's 37.5, 38. It doesn't matter.
Well, if you just score 56-0, like I was hoping for.
It's gonna be hard to do with these guys playing. They're gonna play some.
Well, it'll be 52. 3 more touchdowns with the second string.
Got 1 turnover so far. Still got this alternating Bullard and Tyke, I guess.
Yeah. Michael Williams in. Robert Beal.
It's the way to come up that
great
time.
Great job, Bullard. No, that's Chris Smith. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's kind of like what their safety's been doing.
Yeah, exactly.
That little pull and flip pass, I'm seeing that more and more, Coach, with the misdirection and just get it out there and try to get a few yards.
Yeah. You see a lot of that in the pros. Try to free up some people in the open field, getting the downfield block, but good run support there.
Second and 8 here. Vandy with only 4 rushing yards.
See, now you gave him 2 more.
Close to 3. I was about to say they doubled their rushing total.
I tell you, Keely Ringo, as a physical player, he just got to
know when to shut it off, Coach.
Be careful about giving up so many deep balls.
Okay, you got him.
I mean, that guy's a corner, runs a 4.3.
He looks like a defensive end. He's a big old boy. Outside linebacker.
See what kind of adjustment we made on those inside breaking routes. One of our safeties might jump one of these.
Dumas Johnson just had to go cover the top of the screen near the sideline.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's all over it, wasn't he? Good job, Chris.
They basically ran Javon Bullard out of that same spot where they were throwing to.
Arkansas had 24 second quarter points to lead at halftime 31-21 over BYU.
Kyrus Jackson, here's your chance, buddy.
Let's go, Kyrus. I've been predicting you take one to the house for 2 years now, 3 years. Let's see.
Vandy punts.
All right, 35, 4-yard line.
All right, so you're up.
Hey, McConkey coming back in.
Or is he just in that little huddle they do?
Something might be. Fans don't miss this. Looks like we might be putting Chris Smith in to throw a deep one to him. I saw him over there looking at his wristband.
Let's take 15 seconds for our friends at Bud Light next.
Zero carbs beer is here. Introducing Bud Light Next. 0 carbs, 80 calories. Super crisp light beer. Bud Light Next. Brewed for what's next.
That's why I gave you the big eyes.
It was Arian Smith. My bad. They've got so many Smiths. We got Nolan Smith, Arian Smith, Chris Smith.
Darius Smith.
Yeah.
Who's the other one?
Darius.
And then we got C.Y. Smith.
Well, you remember they had 3 different Smiths that could play star. You know, it's like we'll put in. You can put in Tyke, you can put in Chris, or you can put in Darius, all of the same spot.
This is the Smith era of Georgia football. It's on the heels of the DeAndre era of Georgia football.
Oh, man. Hey, Moose. I remember Moose, DeAndre. But yeah, Arian Smith, would love to see him. Just let it go.
He's been practicing a lot coming back from his injury. I think he be nice to just let some people worry about him.
Yeah.
These guys are playing so deep, though. The only thing that I would say, the only way you're going to hurt them deep is fake up in there on one of those wide sweep plays because they're coming up and then throw the backside post or something.
Now, how are they playing deep and also you see the safeties right on the line every time, too?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as they see show pass, they're just backing up. But if they see any kind of run action, both safeties are coming inside out.
Okay.
I mean, I bet you look at their leading tacklers today, there are 2 safeties.
If only we had a stat man.
Are you looking at me?
No.
Okay, thank you.
I'm just saying, if only we had a stat man.
Stats McMahon, he's probably up at Tennessee, isn't he?
Yeah, he's working that game.
Leading tackler is there's 2 with 8, 13.
Yeah, Mahoney.
CJ Taylor, and then 23, Jalen Mahoney.
And Lucian, the other safety, has 4 tackles as well. So that's pretty legit.
At 31-0, halfway through the third quarter, do you pull starters yet?
I think you look at it after this series, maybe. I mean, who cares? We got 2 weeks to rest.
I need them to score. I don't starters or not. I need them to score 60 points because our friends at Dead Sox are having a score sale. So however many points Georgia scores, that's a discount you get on the Dead Sox.
They get 60% off.
Up to 60% off.
I don't see them getting to 60. But
I'm just saying it would be nice if they did, you know.
Well, they get 3 touchdowns and go for 2 on the third one.
Man.
Chuck Ward says, Mrs. Ward says, hello, guys.
Well, that's nice of her.
Shit, Mrs. Ward. Well,
Well,
lad seems in good spirits, but that's
here
what we
he
thought
is.
about 80.
Here, watch the double move with this guy.
All right, there's number 1 on your screen, folks.
He's 11, isn't he?
Oh, that's Lad McConkey. I mean, that's Marcus Roseby Jack saying.
He's up at the top.
Yeah, he's up there blocking. Had too many of these things. I'll get my numbers backwards.
Clinton got to come out for a play.
Hey, earlier I said that Georgia was going to have to handle the kickoff after a missed field goal. So
Yeah, I'm not that drunk.
we need a bye week.
I called Arian Smith Chris. So.
Yeah,
We're limping into the bye week.
this is a Missouri game on the call.
Come on, go to him.
Yeah.
Double move.
And they better pay attention to Dom underneath. Oh, they're going to give it to him.
Here he comes in the flat.
Oh, I got tipped. That's a good play.
And nobody's more upset about it than Stetson Bennett. He's like, man, I had my guy. I want to give it to him.
It's a good setup there. It's
That
a
was.
good way to throw him the ball.
Could you all, I don't know, was it close enough to give him that little pitch too? No, he's way too
See, the safety was coming up. That safety was coming up to make the tackle there, and
Yeah.
Matt Landers caught a touchdown today already.
yikes. He got Oscar Delp in there now. So I guess Bowers isn't playing anymore. Maybe they'll play 7 something.
Dylan Lee.
Oh, yeah.
Dylan Bell. Big old, there you go.
I like that little possession. He might as well.
I think he killed the guy.
Seriously, if you're going to play the guy tight, how you going to cover that guy climbing up the ladder? Right?
Worst case scenario, the ball goes out of bounds.
Is
He
that
throws it high.
three catches for him?
I think so. He had the crazy catch that, and then 2 more. That crazy one-handed one.
Come on. Go on down there.
I think that may be his
Arian.
4th catch.
3 for 51 yards. Oof. Still man.
Not much chance there.
He brought a lot of people. Loss of 8. 2nd and 18.
Getting a little bit greedy there. Hey, Van Bran and Edwards both picked up the same guy.
Yeah. Dave's still looking upfield.
Edwards got to see that Van Bran goes out. That's his man.
We are 4 subscribers away from 30,000 on YouTube.
If you hadn't subscribed, do it then. That'd be nice to hit 30 today.
It doesn't cost you anything, folks. And also hit the notifications. That way, if for some reason, I had a guy text me earlier in the show. He's like, hey, I don't have the link. You'll get a notification on your phone or your laptop, or your tablet letting you know, hey, UGA Sports guys have gone live. So that way you can just click on it and it'll take you right to this watch along show or the post game overreaction show or the around the league show or rumors versus facts, our recruiting show, our Tuesday live show. So hit the subscription thing. Again, doesn't cost you anything, but also hit the little bell so that you get the notifications. And if you're watching this on Facebook, we also appreciate that a lot.
Now,
we have a lot of Facebook watchers.
3 away. I wanted to count this down the rest of the show.
Yeah, it's like hitting the cover.
Saw Darnell come into that kind of tight H-back role.
Bowers is out of the game.
Kieras,
Protecting with a 31.
Dylan
lead.
Bell, Marcus Roseman, Jack Saint. It's a toss. Oh,
Great
gosh.
catch.
He's out, though.
I don't care. It's still a great catch.
Yeah, it was a great catch.
You catch that ball, you should.
Oh, no, they said it was a catch.
They're afraid to tell him no, okay?
Yeah, I'd be afraid to.
He got 1 foot
Oh,
in.
he did.
2 foot in.
did.
That's a late hit. God, what a player.
They only call Georgia for late hits. You know that. I just saw the bobbling, and then he was out of bounds, so I didn't think he'd caught it. Again, just keep feeding.
I'm Kirby. I make the referee go up to Darnell and say that wasn't a catch.
Exactly.
I'm going to make my bold prediction here. This guy's working himself to be a first-round NFL draft
He
pick.
got it secured right there.
Yeah. But he's got such a big foot, they're going to say part of it's on the line.
Only need 1.
I'm just saying, going to say his left wasn't it? Look at the size of those feet. Jeez. I'd be scared to.
We're all just gushing over this man.
I'm just saying I'd be scared to have a pitchfork and around him and a torch. I mean, like Frankenstein's monster. If you had to build the perfect tight end, just size wise, jeez, it's a big boy.
But he's a good athlete too.
He catches the ball and that guy's arm. He's like, I'm just gonna take your arm with me.
Coach, did you ever have anyone near that crazy size? I mean,
not really. Not that big a tight end. Had the best tight end that ever played, though, Keith Jackson.
Yeah. I mean,
did you? I mean, I know it was
how
after.
close was Leonard Pope to this size? Though?
He was pretty big. He didn't have the agility this guy does, I don't think.
Well,
Maybe
Pope played some basketball too.
He probably did. I don't know. Hell, I don't want to argue with you.
I'm just saying.
I mean, we say he, you say Hall. He did play basketball.
I'm sure
It wasn't this. And Leonard probably the first one to tell you, he's like, look, this guy's different. But
This guy here doesn't want to call this.
Hey, let's reach out to Leonard and ask him about Darnell.
that's good idea.
I'll do it.
I wonder whether they're going to just keep Bowers out the rest of the day and not put him back in.
Yeah. I wouldn't let him play again. After you see Ladd McConkey get banged up, I'm like, okay, we're good. We got a 31-point lead. Let's feed the other guys.
He's going to cause incomplete.
He said it stands.
Roddy's riding the heater.
No,
there.
just based on the fact that I'm not going to tell him that it doesn't stand.
He told him, if you caught it, we'll let you go back in. So he's going back in.
So that is 2 crazy catches. He had the one-handed earlier, and then this one. That has to be your give him SEC Player of the Week.
They're going to be we're going to pair them together. It's going to be the Film Don't Lie plays of the game. And we're just going to rate
Got Delp in there with him. I wish he'd put 7 in.
4 catches for 78 yards for Darnell Washington.
Go deep to Arian Smith.
Oh, he's oof.
He's getting killed.
Destroyed. He got bent over backwards.
Why don't you roll him out?
Has he rolled out today much? I thought they were going to do all to start the game. Just roll and roll and roll.
Is that a fun? We lose that ball?
Yeah. Ball popped up. I think Georgia got it back.
I don't mean to yell.
No.
But they're coming with pressure on first down. Just move him to the outside. He can't do anything with that.
Second 13, Dayne Edwards. Short game.
I mean, 23's making tackles out on the line of scrimmage.
Third and 9 situation, Coach. One from your own 32.
Well,
From
the
opponent 32.
If he'd sprint out one time, there's no telling what they'd do. Here he come again, Roddy.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hard to run a curl route on man coverage. Too bad. Gonna go for it here. Got a boy, Kirby. They got man-to-man down here on 111. Kieris Jackson, money in the bank.
6 for 6 on the year on 4th down, Coach.
Is that what we are?
Yeah.
If we run a necky bootleg here, I would pass out on first down.
Hey, good job, Willick, picking up that twist.
It's the way to go down and get it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're your senior leaders. He's money. Is that Richard Samuel on the sideline?
Please boot.
About 3 yards for Branson Robinson, maybe 2.
Two-yard gain, apparently. I'm trying to figure out how. It feels like this drive's gone on like 45 minutes.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. We're not getting much tempo there.
Yeah. Seems like it's just slow drive.
Touchdown, Alabama. Should make it 28 to
There's a chance to hit Darnell into the boundary. He's going to come across the formation.
Okay. Who's covering him? Are they bringing him all again, Coach?
That's what he was doing with him.
Yep.
Waiting too long on these plays and recognizing it. Every time get the play in.
All right, another third down. Georgia's
The quarterback shaking his head. Things aren't good.
Alabama's going for 2.
Why wouldn't you?
Georgia's 6 of 11 on third downs.
Got to beat him up there at the top.
And Alabama converts. Tied
Safety blitz.
28.
Oof.
Sitting duck back there.
Yeah. That's been a very good adjustment by Vanderbilt, but Georgia's not been able to stop him.
Well, we're not. Got to move him around a little more.
Yeah.
Great job avoiding a sack.
Yeah. Maybe should have thrown it away.
I don't think he had time to throw it away. I mean, running for his life, but he missed it. That's a miss for.
Made it.
Good job. Bad angle.
Tough to tell on the TV like that. I had one of those a few weeks ago. Georgia takes a 34-0 lead.
Did they make the 2-point?
They did. Tied at 28.
So Georgia scores again. Tell us about somebody.
Yeah, we'll clean that up and clean it up in post. I do want to mention friends at Athens Ford. When you get a chance, please swing by their website. Check out athensford.com. Look at all the different cars they have out there. But I want you to read about the discounts they have for military members. If you are active or a veteran, they have a discount for you. They also have a discount for students. If you are a current student or recently graduated, they have a discount for you. So they do a lot in the community. We were talking about the lights they're going to have up out at the Botanical Gardens. They sponsor that. They sponsor teams around the Athens, Clark County area. Check out the great charity of the work they do at Athens Ford when you get a chance. There's a kickoff.
And that's one of those companies that ever since I've known you, you've enjoyed driving a vehicle from Athens Ford.
Yeah.
And I think it preceded even any kind of partnerships they had. So
It did.
You were fans of theirs before they were even partners with us.
That's what we do with a lot of our sponsors, is people that we know who reached out to us. It's like we were a consumer of their products and or services beforehand. And again, recently went out there and bought a vehicle for my son, so he can drive up to Georgia, North Georgia College. Again, got something with a lifetime powertrain warranty on it. So I know he'll have it for a long time. Breon Davis with a tackle there. Good job. Zion Logue on the stop as well.
Still a lot of defensive starters in here, which, I mean, it's tough. You rotate so much on defense.
Hey, we made a graphic about his comments. It says nothing.
And it's going to cover the play.
Yeah, can't see the formation. But again, somebody built this, so they got to get it in. And we get the
sack.
No, you got a nice tackle.
Threw it to a sideline. 52 seconds left here in the third quarter.
I tell you, I wouldn't put Stetson back in. He'd get pulverized.
Yeah, the last thing you need to do is have a guy get hurt or something like that.
Because you don't want Carson Beck to be your quarterback at Florida. Promise you that.
Think about Carson Beck. He definitely will drop back. That's not our style to move the quarterback around much. Got to stop him here. Get a pick.
Georgia Southern hanging with James Madison.
We're coming with some heat. They're going to try to hit that 14 on 3 over here.
That should be holding.
Oh, God.
Oh, just
Keely.
He's having a bad
Keely could have had another picture made of him.
Tennessee just scored again?
They did.
Wow, so that tie game didn't last very long.
How'd you know that?
60-yard touchdown.
Somebody just texted me. Huh? Somebody just texted me.
You got a direct line to Phil Fulmer? I don't know how you could get one much better there.
Yeah, Bama just got burned for a 60-yard over-the-top touchdown.
I just keep feeding him until he couldn't run anymore.
I'd bench him.
How many completions do you have today?
It's 5.
Stetson Bennett is 24 of 30. Darnell Washington, I have him at 4 catches for 78
Beck.
yards.
Good job. Put him in there. Maybe we'll put 7 in some too.
Nylon Morissette, Dylan Bell, Oscar Delp.
Morissette, first down.
There you go. Well, if we saw that in 7-on-7 once, we saw it 1,000 times. Somebody throw it to him and then run him like 10, 15, 20 yards before anybody tagged him. A absolute leader in that recruiting class.
We're definitely not in any hurry on offense.
Godey's in there. Delp's in there.
You're going to let the quarter run out.
Yeah.
Pretty good passing day for Georgia. Some missed opportunities too. Some.
Jeez, look at that.
You looking at Amarius?
Amarius Smith's taking up the whole screen. Makes Bennett look like he's a 4-year-old. That's good. Let's see Carson Beck. A lot of pink out there for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We appreciate the Georgia fans doing that.
Hey, the next 10 days are pretty crucial for Georgia because the stretch, beginning with Florida and then November, it's going to be a tough little run here. I'm talking about Florida, Tennessee, Mississippi State. If Kentucky gets its act together, that's going to be the toughest stretch of the season.
Definitely, but they're going to be hard pressed against us too.
Yep. It'll be the toughest stretches for those teams as well.
Hey, you left out Tech.
No, I didn't.
Tech, 2-game win streak.
Yeah. And they play 2 of the worst teams in the ACC coming up.
And they have an AD whose first name apparently is a letter.
I'm trying to remember. But I was talking to Kelly Quinlan, our guy. He's like, hey, they might win the next 2. So that would be interesting if all of a sudden they had 4 wins.
Here's some scores from around the country. Oklahoma State 30, TCU 16, late in the third quarter.
Would have never thought that.
In the fourth quarter, Syracuse 17, NC State 6.
Yikes.
8 minutes to go there.
State's quarterback out for the year.
Middle of the third quarter, Arkansas 38, BYU 28.
Yikes.
If you're a Kent State fan after their game against Georgia, they're tied with Toledo at 31 in the third quarter.
You know, Sanford hadn't lost a game since they played us. Wonder how they're doing today.
Here's a potential upset brewing. Charlotte 20, UAB 19 in the fourth quarter.
Charlotte lost every game but one.
Who's Oregon got?
You think we got any Oregon's off today? Then they play next week, big game.
James Madison 20.
Tennessee missed the extra point.
Yeah, they did. It's 34-28.
Or they went for 2.
James Madison 24, Georgia Southern 21. That's in the third quarter. Wisconsin 14, Michigan State 7. Tough times for Mel Tucker this year. Then tonight we'll have LSU in Florida, Clemson and Florida State.
Mississippi State and Kentucky.
Stanford and Notre Dame.
That's what I want to see. I want to see how that plays out.
Sneaky game just in terms of, if you're already thinking about playoff stuff, USC and Utah is a big game because if USC wins that one, it's pretty likely they'll be in the playoff mix.
I think UCLA plays Oregon next week. USC's got to beat UCLA, and they got to beat
Notre Dame.
whoever they play in the playoffs in the conference.
Which would that
Probably be Oregon.
Yeah. Oh, and it's North Carolina Duke Day in football.
First sellout in a long time in Duke Stadium. Playing the sellout. Mac Brown told me it's been forever since they played over there, and there been more people at a football game than a basketball.
Oh, Uga looks happy today. Likes some homecoming.
The weather cooled down for him. All right, Carson. What a run.
I did all that score update, and then BYU just scored again. So
Let's see him do something here.
Still the starting offensive line, right?
Yeah.
It's the way we do things.
Yep.
Truss looked like he was down holding his leg. Yeah, slow to get up.
It's just a crazy to see Warren Erickson, who's a big boy, get in there, and he looks so small compared to Truss. Yeah, look.
Nice throw and catch to Kieris.
He got the arm.
He does. Nice little cannon there.
Come do it again. That's what you tell him, Kieris.
Yeah, Kieris like, feed me, coach. Look at that flunk. I love that. That's it, Beck. Keep going.
Carson Beck starts 3 for 3. Puts Georgia over 300 yards passing today.
He wants more. Oh.
They're forgetting about Don Blaylock.
Yeah.
Or Arian Smith.
Do y'all get the feeling that one of these young receivers is going to need to step up the game here late in the season? Like there's opportunities for catches is what I'm saying.
I just think A.D. Mitchell will be back. He's got to be. He could have played today. I guarantee he could have played. This is a run.
Yeah.
Nobody
on the line.
Touchdown.
Wow. Great job, both of you.
Bell.
Carson Beck and Bell. Heck of a job there, Carson Beck. We go 5 for 5 on that drive?
Yeah. I got there and go to extra point stats.
Well, that's another 7% off Dead Soxy, right?
Yeah.
Good protection here.
Hey, Coach, don't look now, but they're covering.
Yeah. For a little while.
Yeah, why'd you say that?
Because I want Coach to sweat.
You know
we're gonna put they're gonna put Wright in the game, and he's gonna start running the ball. That running quarterback gonna hurt the second team defense.
Yeah.
I'll run this kickback just because you said it. And I'm gonna blame you when they do.
AD give him a little love on there.
Yeah. That was a great throw by Carson Beck. That was a great series by him. But they got him 4 for 4, not 5 for 5. But they come in 4 passes, 57 yards, 1 touchdown. That's pretty efficient. Pretty efficient. Rating of 302.2. So,
but let old
Brock Vandegrift in now.
Yeah, put him in and put 7 in. There was a guy from
let Brock run it too.
Guy from the 49ers was here the other day and was walking out on the field, and they told him about all these pro prospects, and he went run over. He said, "Who is number 7?" It was talking about Eric Gilbert.
We had him at a camp, and he showed up, and somebody had him in the wrong number. We're like, that's not a DB, guys. That's not a DB.
Yeah.
So
hopefully he's gonna get it rolling.
I'd like to see it.
What's that Bama score now?
Alabama's driving at the 11-yard line. Tennessee leads 34-28, halfway through the third.
First one to 40 wins.
45.
Yeah, I'm going to get ready 45. That's wild. Oh, man. I'm just telling y'all need to try these beers.
Go ahead and schedule your Uber.
Nah, we're good. Dude. They're actually not that bad. The alcohol by volume is pretty good on them, too. It's not anything to drive you crazy. Our boys over at Academia Brewing Company have a 5-year celebration beer. It's potent.
So next week we will not be able to grace your living rooms with the open date, but are you going to Florida?
I'll be going to Florida.
So me and Dayne, we can handle it.
We'll make it happen.
You gonna go down there and take some pictures?
Yes.
You speaking and everything?
Yep.
Oh, that's an annual trek for you.
It is.
Do y'all want to know where I'm going to be next weekend during the bye week?
Nobody cares.
All right, cool.
Where will you be next weekend?
Oconee?
I will be in Atlantic City, New Jersey at Colby Calais' concert because after I interviewed her, she invited me and my wife to her concert, and apparently we're getting a meet and greet.
Wow.
So I will try to ask her about Stetson Bennett and get a little,
Is she paying for it?
They are. It's a meet and greet and free tickets is what I've been told.
But you got to pay for your trip.
Yeah, I got to get there. She's not paying for me to get there, but
that's pretty impressive.
We're going to drive up to Charlotte and watch Hornets and Pelicans basketball, fly out of Charlotte and go into JFK, rent a car, go out to Atlantic City, New Jersey.
You going to play some blackjack while you're there?
No, because I stink at that. But I'll place a couple wagers.
Here we go. Let's see what our defense looks like and see if they put right in the game.
Well, they're running the play without.
I wouldn't take that quarterback out. Afraid to get hurt. Jalen Walker, Bear Alexander, a lot of those freshmen looking good in their uniforms.
Yeah. Jalen Walker, get off, man. I'm going to make this tackle.
The offensive line said, these are his third team guys.
Yeah.
I don't like us playing press covered with these guys.
MJ Sherman in there, coach. Haven't seen him in a while.
Can't miss him when he is in there.
I tell you, Ty Key's getting better on the tackling.
Yeah.
There's Everett.
I say Dalen Everett's in there, and
look at Ty Key.
Yeah.
Did you see that, Roddy? You were looking.
I was trying to look. It took me a minute to remember who the other guy was. That was David Daniels coming in from safety. But Ty Key is just gotten. I mean, when the other guys play because he's more physical than you, well, you got to step up your physical play. And so we saw a couple weeks ago, he's putting his head in there hard, coach.
Watch a double move here.
Hey, Marvin Jones Jr. at the bottom.
Watch a double move.
Here comes Marvin Jones. Here he comes. Ooh, Javon Ball. Yeah, that future's good.
That could be a really good hit.
Yeah. The future of that defense was looking pretty strong. Granted, I mean, you're going against Vandy with a 41-point lead, but just seeing the flashes of potential those guys have. Now they just
one thing you always worry about when you got your second team punt return is if you got all 11 out there. Come on, Karis, take it to the house.
We got it.
Speed. Break it. Nice run back.
You're looking at having the ball on your 5, and all of a sudden he pops it out.
That's good poise by him.
Yeah.
He's going to bring the ball on over there and give it to Kirby.
It's like, you could have had this on the 5, coach. Yes, that guy's just a warrior. How many?
I mean, how many?
28 yards.
How many
on that.
penalties have we had today? Like 1 or 2? 13 hit the guy out of bounds, and what else? And we had an
Pass
interference, and we had a block in the back. 3?
Yeah, 3 for 29 yards.
No turnovers. Pretty good performance, man. I mean, seriously, all week you talking about playing Vanderbilt, and nothing against them, but I mean, preparation looked like we're ready to go today to me.
Yeah. Well, like I said, one of the storylines was, will they start fast? And you scored touchdowns on 4 of your first 5 drives. And what was Kirby mad about at halftime? Missing on one of those drives.
Well, he's also mad because he called a timeout
Yeah.
and they got a first down.
Yeah,
But
he talked about the missed tackle on that 3rd down and driving. You're right. It's but again, that's their. The thing was, people say, well, they sometimes play down to their opponent. They come out here looking flat, blah blah blah. I know these guys are trying to. When things don't work, it's not because they're playing flat or not. They don't have any gumption in them.
Yeah.
This is they look good.
we're saving all those movement passes for the rest of the year against the good teams.
So, Coach, that was a 59-yard punt, and Gears returned it 28 yards to the Georgia 39. So, yeah, I mean, 20. That's what you say with 28 yards. That's almost 3 first downs. So,
Yeah.
I like that.
It's losing my voice.
Yeah. Well, hey, grab you one of those Bud Light next. I'll take care of you. So apparently Alabama scored again, 34-34. We do appreciate everybody who's watching along with us. It means a lot to us. It really does. We also appreciate the folks that share it. Now, there's Keely Ringo's mother. Of course, she would be here for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. She is a breast cancer survivor. Traley Hale is a fantastic lady, a huge Georgia fan. Another one of the Georgia moms that you just absolutely love because they do such a great job supporting their sons and building up the program. You know, kind of like seeing Traley Hale there back for it. Not a lot of fans have headed downtown, Coach.
All right.
Games in hand. So students are taking off. Trying to get downtown to watch the Alabama game and the other games tonight, knowing that Georgia's pretty much
Eric Gilbert in the game.
You've been waiting for that number 7 all day.
Please throw him one.
The H-bag, have just a little curl. Just a little curl.
Check down. Throw it to him.
He's going to have to run.
Get down. Look at 7 now. Tell me you don't think he's a good-looking athlete. He's our 4th tight end. We got Wilson in the game 55 too, right?
I was looking to see who that was. Jared Wilson also.
Willett. Who's the center right now?
Austin Blaskey's in at left tackle. Warren Erickson is a center coach.
Do something easy for old Eric Gilbert here, and just they're gonna run the ball to the left here.
He's going out. Hey,
Meeks.
Meeks. What Kirby Smart earlier this week called a special teams demon. So the guys come out of Phoenix City.
What do you think the odds they'll throw a pass to Gilbert? Or I'd say slim and none.
0-0. They let him on the field.
They want to know why he's not catching it. I just like to see him Burma Road one. This is a good formation here. 2 tight ends, Delp on one end, the other guy on the other end. Run the slant. Robinson's going to go with it.
Go Jackson Meeks.
Yeah.
So Alabama leads 35-34, Coach.
Just keeping Eric Gilbert in there to block.
Yeah.
Wheel route to Gilbert. Uh-oh,
There it
run
is.
over him. Yay!
I just texted, send one to Reed Gilbert. So that's
Thank
what
you.
made it happen. So if you need me to
Look
text
how
me,
all those boys hitting him. They're so happy for him. Look at those guns. Yeah, kid's been through a lot. You're happy for him coming back like this.
Maybe that's the receiver that I'm talking about for the second half.
Good job by Beck finding him. See him snatch it.
yeah, do it again. Oh,
Cash.
Cash was looking upfield. He's ready to go.
Coach Monk throwing the ball every down. So when then Vanderbilt gets in, he won't get to because he'll be sitting on it. I like to see him throw the ball to Gilbert one time here. It might have taken him out of the game.
Well, you
He's
got
on the outside. He could throw a fade to him. He took him out.
took him out and put in Delt. Dylan Bell at the bottom of the screen. He's already got one touchdown catch today.
Movement. God, what a catch.
Jesus.
That's a good throw.
That was. Stetson Bennett's thrilled for him.
Really good catch by
Garris Jackson.
that was not a hedge, that was a gate. He ran into the gate, didn't he?
That's what it looked like.
This is good for
11 yards.
Beck's confidence.
8 of 9 for 105 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Put that other guy in, let him show him what he can
Yeah.
do too. He's trying to look at it again on the tape. Oh, back not counting.
He's out.
They're reviewing it?
No. I mean, they have to be.
Huh?
I can't tell from these officials. I mean, you see where he tears the grass up. Yeah, and hits the gate.
He's out.
Yeah.
Unless he got the right one down. Too bad.
He almost ran over Dale Zneen, the photographer in the corner there. Notice Dale's in the right spot every time. I hate Dale. Dale Zneen's a good guy. He's covered a lot of Georgia major plays.
I put Gilbert back in, throw him a delay, and let him bust up.
Twitter says they're going to overturn it.
That's what you call.
I
That's
agree
what
with
you call putting
it's
the
going to
lollipop in your mouth and then taking it out.
Yeah.
After review, the receiver didn't have possession.
Yeah. So they are saying it's out of bounds. You know that it's going to be overturned when your diehard Georgia fans are like, "Oh no, he wasn't in."
Especially
Because it's close, the Georgia fans will defend it no end.
Especially when you had a sure cover.
Yeah.
Now, if they 50-7 would be 43, right?
Yep.
I mean, 44-7 would be what? 37?
Mm-hmm.
God, that would be a non-cover.
That would just be horrible. What a bad beat. I don't know. Let's see what we can do here.
You're going to try to hit down the middle here.
He's going to go.
Delt.
Oscar Delt. Yeah. Saw it too. No.
On his back.
It's all over Jackson Means. Throw a flag.
There is a flag.
Oof.
Hey, Roddy,
I'm saying he's all over him.
grab that Bud Light next.
All right.
It's time to celebrate. 30,000 subscribers! Woo-hoo!
Is that what we got?
We have 30,003.
That's good.
Thank y'all. We're really excited about that. We're going to celebrate it, and then we're going to try to get to 40,000.
That guy right there is on his back.
I mean, Meeks had to give his wallet, his watch, his chain. I mean, that guy mugged him. Clarkley's like, "Well, dude, come on." When you got to
Run the ball here.
Yep.
I'll sweep to the right. I'll
If
sweep.
he tossed it, it might have worked. But running into the safety in the corner, we both came off that edge.
Good block by Barset. Barset. Put in 7, run a necky boot, throw it to him. He's in.
Oh yeah, see, he's kind of covered up over there, but yeah.
Option route to him. He's blocking.
Oh, they tried it again. They're trying to get Meeks this touchdown.
Put 7 out on the edge and throw him a fade.
What a cannon, though.
A little bit further out in front, he'd have caught it.
Exactly. That thing comes in with a rival velocity. And what a transition for Carson Beck, who was having such a hard time last year, to be this good now.
There it is. Touchdown.
There, he's got his touchdown. Look at him go nuts.
The whole team is going to go up there with him. Look how many of them. They can't all come out on the field.
But they want to. Darnell Washington was like the first guy there. That's got to make him feel good. So we're talking about the, Carson Beck and his struggles and being, looking so good today. How about Arik Gilbert getting his first catch and then his first touchdown from a guy who last year
Kirby would get mad
well.
at him. He spun the ball. That'd be a penalty, but maybe we'll start using him.
Yeah.
We could go to 4 tight ends. Kids come back a long way. Look at him.
Yeah. Cedric Van Brand dancing with him. That's just.
It's been through a whole lot. I mean,
Dominic Blaylock gets his first touchdown since 2019. He gets his first one since 2020. Yeah. So.
I mean, seriously, when you got Darnell Washington and him, and they're not even first team. Brock Bowers is over there cleaning jocks in the second half. Oscar Delp's a good player too. I mean, Seether and Godey are good too. But I mean, the thing I like today was the option routes to the tight end for possession. Inside routes and then also on the perimeter. When you got all that coverage to the field, put those guys in a boundary, and it's hard mismatch.
Yeah. We saw them last week when they had those guys stacked in the boundary. Georgia ran behind them too.
Yeah.
And
we did that last year against Alabama when we had 13. We ran the ball good. So there's a lot of
last year they had that triple set. You had that little wedge, and I haven't seen that this year.
Saving it.
Okay.
But I'm serious about one thing.
I love that wedge.
There's a lot of teams in the country, talking about everybody else, but Georgia Bulldogs, our defense is getting better too. And we hadn't even played our best 2 players, Carter and May. I mean, our best receiver hadn't played since the Samford game. So I like where we're going to hit the last quarter here.
So, Coach, now 48-0. If they do give up a garbage TD, you're still covered. So
right.
I know you got how much money you got on this game?
I don't have any on it. I don't.
But no,
I have some people that I counsel.
Well, trust me, my phone lights up whenever they cover. You know, last week, boy, I was getting a lot of texts, so you know what's going on.
Yeah. Well,
So I'm with you there. I do want to give a quick shout out to Carson Beck, 8 of 11, 98 yards, 2 touchdowns. And I want to say thank you, Todd Monken and Kirby Smart, for letting them throw and run their offense.
And if Vandergrift
handoff.
If Vandergrift gets in there now, let him do it too.
Yeah.
Who cares?
But you saw all the shots that Stetson Bennett was taking. I don't want, we've seen quarterbacks get hurt in this league. So
Yeah, that was smart.
how many other teams we had? Kentucky's had an issue. Arkansas's had an issue. Alabama's had an issue. Everybody's had issues with quarterbacks getting banged up. Stetson runs it. He could get hit. So get your second guy some plays so that if something happens, you can have an experienced guy. So you hope you never need him.
Oh, pick.
You hope you never need him, but at the same time, Carson Beck, that might be your starting quarterback next year. So I'm glad. And in other words, we've seen them where they've come in with a 41-point lead and they just run the ball, try to kill the clock.
We tried a different kickoff guy here. Who was that?
Is that Circle?
I'm just happy for Gilbert.
Yeah. That guy's been through hell.
Just, you see the way the players are reacting for him?
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine if he got a little juice going down the stretch here and we had him as an extra guy just to put in there?
Because as great as Brock Bowers and Darnell Washington are, he's a different guy.
Well, the
body type.
difference is he's a combo.
Yeah.
He's
between
he's
those
bigger. He's bigger than Bowers and he's faster than Big O. But Big O.
Why would you say what I was saying, but better? Why do you want to make me look bad?
Because he's been a head coach, college football Hall of Famer.
The thing about Big O today, though, is agility, man.
Yeah. Oh, he looks smooth.
What's the penalty here?
I was gonna say any work for ESPN, but there's only one person in the room that didn't work for ESPN.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So you're kind of mediocre here. We've gotten those checks from the mouse.
So what was unsportsmanlike on both teams? That guy there, somebody said something about his hair, I guess.
Something about his mama, I think. Let me see if he's going to get a kick. Yeah. When you stand over a guy, he tends to kick.
Who's 19?
19. I should know that one.
You shouldn't do that.
Darius Smith.
Oh, Darius. That's another freak athlete.
I mentioned him earlier in the week. That is a Leonard Floyd body clone.
He's still in there to star right now.
Look at Marvin Jones.
Missed tackle there. We got to get Kirby something to worry about. Look at it.
I didn't think Marvin was going to be on that tackle, but I was glad to see him in there. And you saw him shuffling his feet, staying with the play, keeping contained.
That's pretty good. Hadn't allowed his TD to Vanderbilt since 2018.
Chuck Ward has a question for you, Coach. He says Bama's had an unusually high number of penalties this season, especially against Texas, but also today against Tennessee. Could that be because of high coaching staff turnover?
Could be. Sometimes you got different guys, but also just they've had a lot of defensive penalties.
Christian Miller getting double teamed there.
I tell you what, you got to watch out here now. Now this guy's going to run the ball on us, number 5. He's going to keep it. Watch him. We got everybody playing now. I can't keep up with all of them.
Yeah.
52, 94. Is that 94?
And 94 is Jonathan Jefferson. But 52 is Christian Miller.
We might start seeing some letters out there instead of numbers. They run out.
But number 7 is Marvin Jones Jr., folks. That's the 5-star who came in opposite Michael Williams. So you got him and Michael side by side. That's interesting.
Watch that old 5 keeping it on the perimeter.
And like I said, Darius playing star. That's interesting. Man, that kid's. And I can tell you, if they start moving it, you can see Nolan Smith. They're showing a close-up of him there. No one's going to get mad and start yelling at those guys. He does not want to give up a score right here.
Georgia probably take off Monday, practice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then give them off Friday, Saturday, come back Sunday. What do you think?
That seems to be their normal MO for the off week.
TCU's coming back, down a touchdown with the ball. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Play the quarterback. Tennessee scored. I thought they just were out of Alabama just intercepted the pass.
70-yard pass for Tennessee.
70-yard bomb.
Keep playing all that man coverage, Nick.
First play after a punt down to the 6th, I think. Maybe the second play. One receiver has 194 yards and 4 touchdowns on 5 catches.
What's his name? Hyatt.
Yep. Jalen Hyatt.
It's because he got a hotel named after him.
So Tennessee's going for 2.
Which you should.
Right now it's 40-35. Little inside flip pitch, and they got it. So it makes it.
So what do
42.
you just want to shout, as you say, shout out these 3 sponsors from our perspective, because all the new equipment we got, thanks to, especially works well when it's cut on, is
It was on.
but it's
Our sound worked the whole time.
We got
the SEC Network can't say
we
that.
But our video.
We got Yancey Brothers, new sponsor this year, go along with Ford and Athens Ford and our Budweiser, the Farmer family, been great to all of us, particularly me and Georgia. Also, shout out to Marilyn Farmer, who watches us every week. I think she's got a collection of friends that are picking us up too. She might have got some people subscribed today.
That's probably why we got over 30,000.
Yeah,
Maryland Farm.
appreciate it. So
I do want to mention, we have the drinkware from Caterpillar, and they have we're going to be giving away gloves later in the season. They do have a fantastic service department with the Yancey brothers, and it's parts.cat.com.
Yeah.
So if you need parts for your vehicle, for your big Caterpillars thing, check out parts like that. But they also have the cool, like I said, they have the gloves and the drinkware, and there's a lot of neat stuff over there. The Caterpillar brand is very cool. They make fantastic stuff. It's not just, hey, let's get something crappy and put the Caterpillar logo on it. They build really good stuff just like their Caterpillar tractors. So check out parts.cat.com. And so if you need anything for your Caterpillar, for your
and if you don't have it, you can rent it.
Yeah.
Right.
They do have rental stuff. Some people said, look, I don't need a bulldozer. I don't need to own one. I just need to rent one for what we're doing. So they have the rental fleet over there. They're always looking for a fleet manager, or at least they were recently. They were looking for somebody who can, when it comes back, you got to clean it up. Just like when you return your Enterprise rental car, it's got to be cleaned up, make sure it's working. So when it goes out again, it's in prime condition. They need a rental technician for that. They need the managers and such. So if you want to rent items from them, you can. You don't have to go out and buy, one of those giant bulldozers or earth movers. You can just rent one. So hit them up. Wow, what a bomb. That place.
Some Big 12 football being played in Knoxville.
You said it, Dane. There's that little shuffle, little pop pass. It's getting a lot of people. All right, 1st and 10, 5 minutes left in the game. A little option play there, Coach.
Bill Norton in there.
Terry Mingler and Dawkins on the tackle.
That's been a question we've got a lot lately. Why isn't he playing?
All right.
Not practicing well.
He was in there in like the first or second series.
Learning this stuff.
Hey, that was also Nyland Green, number 1.
Now there's another corner.
Yeah.
So Jalen Hyatt is averaging 39 yards a catch for Tennessee. Jesus. With 4 touchdowns.
Ingram not even playing yet.
Wow.
Good tackle.
Smith stood his guy up and just closed it off.
Who did?
Darius Smith and Jalen Walker combined for that one. I saw Darius Smith just lift that right tackle, just stood him up.
I tell you what, Roddy, I bet you a nickel here that this quarterback keeps the ball right here.
Where's he going?
He's going to fake to the left and come back to the right.
Okay.
Maybe not
wait.
now. Maybe not now.
Not when they move all their guys to the right. Get outside of them. You owe me a nickel.
Hey guys, I'm not trying to be flippant, but we're going to wrap this show quickly when it ends because I want to see the end of Bama, Tennessee unobstructed from having to be on air.
Oh,
What?
you gonna watch it here?
I mean, yeah.
They don't go. Surely they're not gonna go for this.
At the rate that they're scoring, it may take another hour for that game to finish, though.
Watch a hard count.
Yeah. Bill Norton in.
They might get
Ingram
delay a
Felton,
game.
Darius, MJ Sherman on the line. Oh, MJ was close, but there's the blitz from
All right,
Brock
Brock.
Green.
Corner blitz. Here's the deal. Put Bach Vandergrift in, let him run a necky bootleg for a touchdown and hand it to the referee.
Now, Green is from your neck of the woods, right, Roddy?
Yes, sir.
He's had a pulled hamstring, but he came in there then.
Well, I could have just been really offensive because he's from Covington, right? And you're from Conyers.
Yeah, so
All right, so that's
he's
not...
from the sticks. He comes to Conyers for the big city.
Okay.
You know.
But I know sometimes, the rivalries between those towns, that could be heresy.
Dude, some of the, people was like, hey, you're from Rockdale County, and they said, what so-and-so? I'm like, no, that son of a bitch went to Heritage.
Yeah.
He may be from Rockdale
Brock.
County, but it's not the same. Man, we had some drag-out wars at Covington, too.
Savon Clark with the carry.
Come on, let Brock run one.
What a Viking.
He needs the long hair back.
Georgia Southern getting a big win over a ranked team. They beat.
Still got a quarter to go.
Come on, fighting Jared Binkos.
You get wins against Nebraska and James Madison. They should have beat Coastal, too.
You got
23 made more tackles than anybody in the history of football today.
Blasky's in, Jared Wilson's in, coach.
Here's the thing: you put Beck in, he threw it every down. Now Brock not gonna get the throw.
Mahoney, 23, has 11 tackles. That may be 12. This is not updated, right?
Dylan Fairchild's in. Guy from Texas. Let me look him up. Chad Lindbergh. I can't remember that.
Matthew Cotton, thanks for the super chat.
Sneak.
Oh, yeah. Love the super chats.
We'll tell you down markers as we can. We only have so many things we can do on the screen. We've added the clock, though. There's Cash. Go, Cash. Cash money.
Go what?
Is that another first touchdown? I don't know that he's scored before. What a block by Rylan Godey.
Cash moves everything around. I mean, I have so many song lyrics I can use for this tweet about this touchdown.
Oh, and Big Chad Lindbergh opened it up, too. He shoved 3 guys down. Nice. Big hole.
Let somebody else hold. I'd hate for them to run into Stetson. Look at those kids.
Again, another walk-on. We were talking earlier about the walk-on guys.
What's the
timeout? Georgia.
Kirby's going to be mad we didn't have enough players in the game.
Yeah, something wrong on the line there.
Roddy, I need to apologize to you because I flippantly said, I don't know, 20 minutes ago, Georgia's not getting close to 60.
Get a pick 6. Who's 44?
That is, I think, Brenton Robbins, Warren Brenton, wearing 44.
For the extra point?
Yeah, he's been doing that. No, I'm sorry, Zion Logue. So he's been doing that each time he comes in, they announce that 96 is wearing 44. So Zion Logue.
Blasky does the same deal on the jumbo sets earlier in the game where he's 85.
But he's been playing your right tackle. I mean, your left tackle.
I thought they let Zirkle kick one.
Still got some recruits there in the stands.
So they played Alabama and gave up 55, gave up 55 to us, and gave up how many to that's the way to be on top of it, Roddy. Is that Wall Tower or 96? Who's
That's
that?
Zion Logue.
Oh, okay. Way to be on top of it. Will Wells down there taking off the jerseys.
How long Will Wells been over there?
Nice, ever since Kirby's been here.
Yeah.
Will and then Gage Witten. They all do a good job.
Yeah.
Tell you, it takes a lot of them just to outfit all the coaches on the sideline.
How long's Meshad been there?
He was the manager when I was here, so he started. He's been there. He's handling all of the
Isn't that Shadrach,
headphones now.
Meshach, and Abednego?
John Meshad, which related to Barbara Dooley.
Is that Zirkle?
Yes, sir.
Good kick, Zirk. All right, Kirby.
Which is interesting to me that he was wearing 99, but doesn't Brett Thornton wear 99?
Well, you can be in the game. I mean, it's like some of them wear 0 and some of them wear.
But I thought you could have offensive, defensive guys wear the same number, but I didn't think you could have two of the same offensive guys do it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference, I guess, if they're not on the
Well,
field.
I don't feel at the same time that doesn't mean right, but it's like there's other numbers, guys. You don't have to double up. Minute 31. Steve Georgia. They're going to run it, try to keep everybody safe, and get out of here.
They're going to run 2 more plays.
Hey, shout out. I had to look that one up, Coach. Terrell Foster, number 30, is in the game.
Who?
Terrell Foster out of Kennesaw, Georgia. Outside linebacker, freshman.
Is he walk on?
I think so. I never heard of him before.
Clark Lee.
EJ Lightsey, the freshman, is also in the game. Remember the guy that got shot a couple times? So.
Ball came out.
Was
it down?
Ground caused it.
Challenge it, Kirby. Be a good homecoming for these guys.
So I said also that Georgia's on pace to go. That it was 28-0. I said you're looking on pace to be what 56-0, 55.
You missed it. Kicked 2 field goals.
Yeah.
Fall on the ball.
Bombs away. Nah.
That's your ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Georgia 55-0.
Well, that's pretty good. And Lightsey gets us a tackle there. So
Clark Lee.
wow. Georgia was 7 of 7 in the red zone, Coach. Kind of like that. So 8 of 13 on third downs. Vandy was only 5 of 13 on third downs. 3 penalties. 1 fumble, but Georgia did not lose it. So 7 points off turnovers.
Here he is.
Fast. That was the objective. A little slow in the second half, and then got things rolling. Again, we got an off week. We got a lot of players injured. We got to try to get those guys back.
Offensively, you get a bunch of different skill guys, a couple different quarterbacks, over 500 yards of total offense. What will be the emphasis over the next 2 weeks?
To get better. We got a lot of things we can improve on, and that starts internally with us. Got a really tough road coming up, and we got to do a good job.
What does it mean to pitch a defensive shutout in the SEC?
It's always a pleasure to do a shutout, and we played a lot of defensive players today, so that's what makes me proud is the guys that came in, they helped keep that shutout.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats.
It's 2 straight shutouts.
Some boy Rob walking behind the camera there.
Who was it?
Rob, the photographer. Had to get his Rob Sale had to get his 2 minutes.
Yeah, his birthday yesterday, I think.
Yeah. So 579 yards of offense, 192 yards on the ground, 387 passing yards. So that seems pretty good.
Yeah.
But again, it's Vandy. So
Well, one thing about it though, when you got to do it, you did it. So that's what. But
didn't play
just
down.
appreciate people subscribing there and getting more people. But we're gonna go down the home stretch here and have some really good games, and I'll have a little bit more energy maybe. I didn't get too fired up today, but there comes Coach in there with his coffee.
He says he hates coffee. Says it tastes awful, but he needs the caffeine.
Is that right?
Yeah, they make Red Bulls, Coach. You can try one of those.
Touchdown, Alabama. So that game is now tied at 42.
We didn't get many questions today, but
we may have. I don't know.
Just
Maybe I did my job poorly.
That seems likely. After I tell everybody to put in your questions.
I can't wait to hear what y'all show's all about tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to have an overreaction, but we will have a recap. And that was the question that I asked Kirby in the press conference this past Monday. I asked him, what is the primary objective during the off week? And
I just answered it.
I know he's like, get better. I'm like, okay, well,
better get healthy.
Yeah, exactly. Get better. So that's crazy. Anyway, folks, we appreciate everybody watching. Thank you for getting us over 30,000 subscribers. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you for telling us where you're watching it from. We appreciate all you folks all over the world that tune in with us. It means a lot to us. It really does. For our sponsors, shout out to Yancey Brothers, Athens Ford, and, of course, Bud Light. Next, for Dayne Young, Coach Donnan, and myself, we appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Take care.